Coast where we take sound that combines sunshine with rhyme, move them around. Take it slow, watch the smoke we blow. Bring California swing in this thing for show. Well, hey there, baby, don't dance the go-go. Off a little mentally, I see it in slow-mo. Hollywood, the east side, Hub City, and Frisco. Guys, the flyers, fires up in the disco. Whoa, whoa, oh, now here we go. Mira, delincuentes, bum rush the show. Aquí in Cali, with trees so sweet, and these habits feeling Ari on this rugby beating on summer nights. We use our feet, keeping in mind the danger walking on these LA streets. So what eyes that reflect is the waves hit shore through the smoke.
Welcome to the Double I Show.
Incoherent idiocy.
I'm Sweet T, and with me as always,
RW King. What's going on, T? Another great night tonight, man. You ready?
Yeah, let's do
All
this.
right, man. Get this thing rolling, man.
Let's
That's
rub
right.
one
What's
out.
going on, Dr. X? Hanging out?
Big shout out, Dr. X. What up?
He's dressed up again, man. Looks like he's going out tonight.
He's probably got a date tonight.
That's what I'm talking about, big dog. Yeah. Is it a second date or so? First
showing
date
all
or
that chest hair.
This hamburger meat hanging out.
It's just nasty. But hey, you do you, bro.
Yeah,
You do you.
I thought you were gonna call him Boo.
No,
You do you, Boo.
Yeah, no.
Anyway,
he's a bro. He's a bro.
Hey, listen, T, again, we just want to say thanks to everybody, man. We're just growing, and we just want to say thanks to everybody. You guys are listening every means you can.
Making it possible.
You know, I mean, this thing's just going good, you know. I mean, it's just, dude, what can we say?
No.
Other than thank you to everybody.
Thank you, and we're having fun doing it, and we're loving the fact that you're giving us the feedback and kind of just showing us the love so that we can continue to do this.
Absolutely, man. You know, we want to give it back to you guys, and we were offering some stuff on the Patreon a couple shows ago, and I think we're going to do it again this show, huh, T?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, I like giving this shit away, you know, but...
Save that for the ending.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, we'll fucking keep everybody around, man. We'll talk about it at the end. We're going to give us some free shit, though, man, to some of these peeps today, so...
Where's my free shit?
What do you mean? Well, you guys didn't pay for this shit? It's all free to you.
I still haven't gotten any.
Well, no, because you haven't given any money for it.
I've already been back for a while, and I still haven't got shit.
Yeah, again, welcome back to you, man. Again, he was out
thanks.
for a while. Hey, Dr. X, man, I heard you're going to be going on vacation in a couple weeks, huh?
Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, dude, we want to have let's throw some guest fill-in for his ass, dude.
Oh.
Why you give me the look, man?
Well, does he expect us not to do a show when he's gone?
I don't know, but he can't get all butthurt like that, dude.
I know.
Yeah, come on, dude.
Dude, you struck a nerve.
Hey, look, dude, we can't run all the optics and shit that you do, bro.
Oh, yeah, we can't pull that shit off, but we got to get somebody in here that can. So, I don't know. Uncle Rico?
Oh, fuck, you going to reach out to him, dude?
I don't know.
He's got to talk to somebody.
We got to talk to somebody.
Come on, dog. Look at Dr. X, dude. Look at him.
Hey, he's getting all fucking hurt.
Oh,
he's getting hurt,
and
man.
he throws that bite out like if we got a lot of nuts to do something like that, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Dr. X, come on. Hey, but listen, T, let's just get back into this. Forget about the crybaby over there. All right, he's fucking sucking on his thumb with his pants down like the guy from Full Metal Jacket. Remember they made him walk behind everybody? Anyway. But, you know, thanks to everybody for listening to us. We're growing big. Thanks for spreading the word. And, T, I wanted to touch on something, man.
Yeah, what?
You know, we're a man show, right?
Oh,
this is for the guys out here.
This is for the men.
Dude, we're getting a lot of feedback from the women, man.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Right? So I wanted to say thanks to all the ladies out there. Hey, you know what, man? We're set up to be a guy's show. We want to talk about topics for guys, but hey, women, you're more than welcome to listen to our show. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's crazy the amount of feedback we're getting from women. You know, they're really digging the show.
Absolutely, man. And there's a couple listeners out there, and we just want to give a shout out, Vilma. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, big shout out to Vilma.
Keep it up. Tell your friends about us. You know what I mean? Maybe it's not for everybody, but hey, fuck it, right? Just tell somebody. Yeah, absolutely. Fuck it. So, hey, let's just go in and get into it, T, and get this thing rolling.
Yeah, what do we got?
You know, last week we talked about some sports and athletes and things like that. And one of the subjects we talked about was WWE and wrestling. And I think we're going to expand on that a little bit. See, I think we grew up watching wrestling.
Yeah, we did. We
idolized these guys, and they were good entertainment for us. And actually, you know, me and
we thought they were real, though.
Well, we used to go watch them.
We did.
You know what I mean?
Back
Even
in the
when we were
day.
kids, you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, there were local stuff that we used to go watch. Then when this thing got pretty big, we used to go watch the big shows. Man, it was good for us.
It was fun.
You know, and then you start getting, you know, our age now, and you start realizing what's going on, and you're watching these fucking Netflix and these YouTubes, and you YouTube the guys that we used to watch. And what's going on with it, T? I mean, they're just letting them waste away to nothing, these guys.
Yeah.
These guys were like on national TV. They were heroes. Everyone knew who they were by looking at them.
Just by seeing their face, you knew who
I mean, they were as popular as any TV personality or movie person or
any
anything
sports star.
Yeah.
Anybody.
And these guys turn out to be drug addicts, crackheads, no money, living in trailer parks, homeless. I mean, dude, whose fault is that?
That guy's fault.
Yeah, he's a motherfucker, dude.
He really is.
You know, this guy, they got to do something. That's Vince McMahon, dude. This guy just runs this thing, and he's taking advantage of these people, man.
He is. He really is. You know, and I don't understand how you can be a federal regulator, and especially when it's, you know, this is labor issues. And this guy gets away with everything. It's
not just that, but right, we watched a John Oliver, me and you did,
oh,
right?
Yeah, that
John
was
Oliver.
sad, man.
And they showed an interview with him, and he getting so pissed off, like Raid Roige, when the guy asked him if he felt any responsibility for these people dying early.
You mean Roid Rage, not Raid Roige? Fucking dyslexic motherfucker.
Come on, man, dude. Why
Raid Rage,
dude? Okay.
You're fired.
All right, Dick. See, you didn't have to do that, man.
I didn't have to, but I'm in McMahon mode, dude.
Dude, see, this is what I mean. This is the shit I got to deal with. These fucking idiots here make mistakes all the time. We don't say nothing, and I even give them a fucking look like, dude, you better fucking mark that because we got to cut it. And I get called out on it. And they keep this shit in the bed.
We're going to keep this shit rolling.
So yeah, my roid rage, Ragid roid, whatever it was. Raggy. Fuck, come on, dude. Anyway, all right.
To your point.
Yeah, I mean, this guy's he's an idiot, dude. And then when they ask him if he has any responsibility for these things, he's like getting pissed off. Like, how can you even ask me that?
Yeah, he got all offended.
They're their own person. I don't twist their arm. I don't make them do these things. And then they were showing the contracts that he has these people sign.
They're a joke.
That basically says he has no liability even if they die, if it's his fault.
And they have died in the ring.
Well, Owen Hart.
Owen Hart died.
You know, Bret Hart back in the day was the Hart Foundation. These guys, you know, they're really good, man. And Owen Hart with the blue blazer.
Yes, exactly. And that's how he died.
Yeah, he was up on some fucking stuff up on the top roof or something.
He was flying
right?
in. He was on a carabiner with a harness, and he was flying in and on kind of like a zip line. And the carabiner wasn't attached right because of his costume, and it detached, and he fell. I think it was like 50 feet, and his head and neck hit the post of the turnbuckle.
And that was in a fully packed stadium.
In front of everybody.
Yeah.
And he died in front of everybody like that. He went out like that.
Okay, so I'm going to give you a personal story about that.
Okay.
Okay, that's 6 degree of separation.
Right.
Just for that guy. I knew the accountant for the WWF back in the day.
Oh, really?
Absolutely. Don't forget his last name, but he worked with me when I worked for a company, and we were headquarters in Toronto.
Uh-huh.
I worked in the LA office. He worked in the Connecticut office. He was the company accountant. The controller was in Toronto.
Right.
So I used to do a lot of work with him because I ran the facility out on the West Coast.
Right.
It was cool as shit. You know, but a regular dude, you know, just a regular guy. But he used to tell me stories. So we used to go out, you know, when we used to travel together or do what we had to do.
Yeah.
You know, we'd go have dinner, have beers, and we'd tell war stories, whatever else. So I always want to know, you know, any stories he had. And he told me a story one time. And he said the saddest thing he ever had to do, and it was the reason why he had to leave, is because basically when Owen Hart died, Jim McMahon made this accountant go and have this kid and his parents sign a paper that basically said they wouldn't come after McMahon, and he gave him a check for $1 million. But the check was made out to the kid, knowing that the kid couldn't cash it for another 15 years or something. You know, the kid was 4 years old or 3 years old.
That's sad.
Right? And this guy, Robert, was the guy who had to go do all that.
That's fucked up.
And, you know, that's the kind of guy this guy McMahon was, dude.
Yeah.
Well, still is.
Still is.
You know, and dude, his brand is huge. WrestleMania is huge. WWF or E or whatever
WWE
it is.
now.
Yeah, because they got sued right back in the day, right, by the World Wildlife Fund or whatever it was.
Foundation, yeah.
Yeah, whatever it was.
Yeah.
I mean, what is going on with this guy?
This guy's a joke, man. I'm telling you, you know, he takes advantage of these people. You know, they're supposed to be independent contractors, yet what does he do? He forces them to sign an independent contract, but they can only wrestle for him. You know, that's a joke. That's not independent contractors. You know, I'm wondering if like what's happening right now with Uber, because Uber and Lyft do the same thing. If you're a driver for them, you're an independent contractor, but now they're fighting and there's some sway in the courts that it actually might end up where they're going to have to be reclassified as employees, not independent contractors. So I'm wondering if...
Is that because one or the other won't let them work for the other?
Yeah, it's in, I don't know about Lyft, but I know it's in the Uber language that they cannot drive for Lyft at the same time as Uber, even though everybody does anyway.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I see that in every car.
Yeah, they do that anyway, because I mean, everybody's like, fuck you. You're not going to tell me what to do. You know, I got to make a living. And that's a different topic for a different day. But what I'm saying is I'm wondering how that's going to have an effect on this, because these guys aren't independent contractors. These guys are working strictly for him. They should be employees. And when we were growing up, we thought they were employees. We had no idea about any of this madness.
No, when we were growing up, we thought they were just figures. They were people who just came out to wrestle. We didn't even think they're getting paid. We didn't know what was going on with little kids.
Well, yeah, but...
You know what I mean? When we got older, we started realizing, okay, they're working for these guys, and they travel, and they do this stuff.
But you think, okay, they're working, and they're traveling, and they're doing that.
And they're making good money.
Right.
They got to be making good money. I mean, there's some of these guys do make good money.
Yeah, some of the more popular ones.
But these guys are burning through their money, T. These guys are worse than football players at their worst. You know what I mean? Yeah.
They really are. But see, some of the guys that started it all, they didn't have that money. And now that they're older, they have no money. They have nothing.
Oh, well, you know, let's talk about it a little bit. It sort of the life of the wrestler, was that movie, The Wrestler, with Mickey Rourke. We were talking about that. And, you know, a little bit slow starting and slow going, but it's a good movie because it really tells the life of these guys. Now, the one thing I want you to talk about, and I want to start talking about a little bit, I'm going to let you start it, is you remember that Netflix thing we saw on the Iron Sheik?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, the Iron Sheik was the shit.
He was the man.
Back in the day.
Well, for a donkey, for a heel, he was the man.
Exactly. He was the heel, but they let him be a champ for a while. That's how good he was.
Yeah, well, because in his real life, he was a championship wrestler.
Right.
He was an Olympic championship wrestler in real life.
Right.
You know, outside of the entertainment aspect. You know, this guy was the best in the world. You know, and then he went off and he was doing this other independent wrestling stuff. And then he got into the whole entertainment wrestling side, and he was doing this circuit. And then he landed up under the McMahons, because it was Vince McMahon's father at the time.
Correct.
You know, and he ended up under him. He built that organization. He was one of the OGs.
He was one of the founding guys that was bringing everyone in.
Before Hogan, before all these guys, before he was the heel, he was the hero.
Right. And I think the thing I wanted to touch on, and I was hoping you touched on it first, but remember all the things they talked about, just how these guys would go city to city in these cars and, you know, getting fucking cases of beer and, you know, big bags of cocaine and, you know, all sorts of shit.
Yeah, I was getting to all that.
Night.
Yeah.
I mean, that was my point. Do you know what I mean? We didn't have a year, bro. So that was my point with it. These guys are just so fucked up. And then you start looking into it and you're saying, fuck, okay, yeah, these guys are just, you know, there's those type of guys. They're going to be in those situations.
Yeah.
But is it really that, or is it really self-medication for their pain management?
And that's what it is.
You know, and I think that's really what it gets down to.
Yeah. I mean, there's tons of drug abuse. There's prescription abuse. But all of that is being fed by these doctors that work for the organization as well.
Well, I think back in those days, what we were just talking, they didn't have that. So they had to drink. They had to get numb. They're doing this something. You know, what was that one thing I saw one time? Ric Flair in his heyday when he was the man, dude, right back when they had the WCW. Yeah. Who was fighting the WWE. Remember those guys? Yeah. Ric Flair was the man. And Ric Flair has just as big a following as Hulk Hogan or any of those guys. Yeah, he's huge. I love Ric Flair. Woo! A little woo. That's not a woo. That's a woo. Woo. Anyway, little Ric Flair. But anyways, man. So, I mean, this guy, I heard a thing one time. He worked 345 days out of a year. That's fucking nuts. That's insane. I mean, dude, right? I mean, that's how they insane. Just burn these dudes out. And then they just toss them. Like nothing. And, you know, I heard, you know, stories about this guy and read, you know, articles about it. Every night he was out partying. Yeah. Getting pussy. Drinking like a madman. Yeah. You know, he was married, everything else, man, but. Life you know, on the road. They did a 30 crazy. And 30 on him. They did a 30 for 30 on him. Did they really? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I watched it at.
I didn't see
It was
that one.
good, dude.
Really? I
Yeah,
have to check that out.
Dude, they would say sometimes he'd go into a bar like in some like little place, whatever, some little city they're doing or whatever else, and he just get done wrestling, and he just, everyone else is just so beat up from the travel and everything else, he just go to the hotel. This guy would go and the announcers would be there or something, and he'd walk in, there'd be like maybe 10, 15 people. He'd buy 100 shots of kamikazes.
That's fucking nuts,
start going
man.
around with everybody, getting everybody fucked up, having a fucking big
nuts.
party every night.
He just lived hard.
Hard.
That's
like
hard,
a motherfucker, dude. He was just one of those fucking Cro-Magnon dudes.
That's fucking Don Mattingly style right there.
Absolutely. Sort of like Olaf.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. That guy lives hard, man.
Well, no, he lived hard, dude.
No, but I mean,
but he looks like Ric Flair does now.
He does.
Those miles are showing up.
Yeah,
dude.
those miles are showing. I mean, I don't know, man. When we went out with him, when he came over, when he was in the studio, dude, I couldn't keep up. That guy's fucking nuts.
Dude, he drinks like a fish, but when he was younger, he used to drink more, he said.
Oh, fuck.
He said, there's nothing. I was like, fuck, nothing for what, dude? He drank as much as me and you together.
Oh, I know.
And I fucking drink a lot, dude.
And you could outdrink me.
Fuck, dude, this guy was a fish, dude.
Fucking nuts, man.
Do you think he did that because we picked up the tab for him?
Probably. Took advantage of it.
I told you the motherfucker ate like fucking a sandwich and the fucking...
Before he even got to the studio.
Pastrami and eggs. Yeah. No, but he had pastrami and eggs. And then
from where?
From Langer's.
By the way, shout out to Langer's.
Yeah.
Where we're not sponsored by any means by them,
19,
but we really enjoy their food.
Number 19 by MacArthur Park, downtown LA. Anyway, yeah, man. And so he goes, oh, I want breakfast. Oh, okay, I recommend the pastrami and eggs. Okay, I really want to try the sandwich, though. Well, just serve them now, man. We'll get whatever you want.
Yeah.
That's all I said. Get whatever you want.
Yeah, you were trying to hook him up, be nice.
Yeah, so we got the breakfast. I got the breakfast. Okay, man. The lady comes back at the end. She's, dropping the check. You can't get you guys anything else, Yeah, can I get a slice of peach pie? And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Got us a piece of pie. She comes back. Okay, here you go. And can I get a number 19 to go?
The fuck?
I was like, dude, what's up with this dude? I was going to say something. I called him out on the show.
Yeah, I know that.
But anyway, going back, Trolls, Cro-Magnon, Olaf.
Yeah,
but these wrestlers, man, it's just so sad, T. It's sad. When you looked at these guys and all of them, man. I mean, there's only a couple that are... Okay, how many wrestlers do you know that have really even made it other than The Rock?
Yeah.
I mean, none of them, dude.
None of them. None of them really. I mean, some of them to a little bit.
Right, exactly. Like they made a couple little spots, but okay, I was even going to say maybe Roddy Piper. But then we saw that thing on Roddy Piper.
Yeah. That guy.
Yeah, dude.
And he was an icon.
That's what I'm saying.
He was an
These
icon,
guys are
and he couldn't even make it just being retired. He couldn't do it. So
Bret
that's why
Hart.
he had to come
Remember
back.
that interview we saw with Bret Hart? I showed you that piece, and he said basically like this, look, wrestling is great, but they don't have any exit plan. Or that was Roddy Piper said that.
No, that
Bret
was,
Hart said they take you out back and put a slug in the back of your head.
Yeah, Roddy Piper said take the, yeah.
No, Bret Hart said take the slug.
Bret Hart did, you're right.
And then Roddy Piper's the one that said it's great for you to start because they have a great entrance plan. You come in, you're famous right away, you're making money, but they have no exit plan.
There's no exit plan.
There's
at
no
all.
pensions, there's no nothing else, and no ways for you to make money.
Yeah, and
Once you get too old, and too old is 35, 36.
And it reminds me a little bit of like the NFL because, a lot of these guys from back in the day, how are they making money now? They have no money. At least with them, they have a small pension. But what they're doing is they're going and... Really? Really? Fuck, Dr. X. What the fuck are you doing in there?
What the fuck was that about, dude?
Anyway.
So they... Wait. Was he calling you a pussy?
I don't know.
Dude.
You know what?
He's pissed off because we said we're going to fill in for him, dude. You talked about Uncle Rico.
I threw out Uncle Rico. All right, go fuck yourself.
All right.
Anyway, so what I was saying is, these guys, they go on these like little circuits where they make appearances and sign autographs and shit like that, And so that's the only way they can make money. They're going to these little conventions and shit like that. That's all they got.
That's why you got to really look at that movie, The Wrestler, dude. I know it was tough to watch, and I agree with you 100% it is, but I just stuck it out, and I actually, now I can watch it whenever.
Yeah.
But it's the real life story of these guys. This guy was famous, Ram, he was just like, everybody knew him. He had a doll, he had a toy named after him. He had a video game,
right?
On Nintendo. He had this devastation move, it was like a big elbow that he come drop on everybody, the Ram Ram Jam or something like that.
I don't know if you remember or not, but I took a swing at you, hit you square in the face one time when we were playing Nintendo Wrestling back in the day. You were beating me and you were taunting me and fucking pissing me off. So I threw down the controller and just cold cocked you and then ran away.
Well, dude, that was probably like every other day. What are you talking about? I mean, yeah, I'm sure it was one during the wrestling that you're remembering.
Yeah, vividly. I remember that one very vividly. Anyway.
Dude, do you know how many times you hit me and ran when we were kids?
All the time.
Fuck, dog. Anyway, man, but my point with this guy is it really showed just what you're saying. You know, they didn't really show him in his heyday.
Right.
They just glanced on it a little bit in the beginning of the movie, but it sort of showed him now. And all like you said, he's wrestling these little venues where it's like in the back of a liquor store.
Yeah.
In a fucking church. You know what I mean? Shit like that where he's making $100, $200, these little promoters and shit.
Yeah.
You know, and they had even stuff where he's talking over the script with the guy, and he's telling him, dude, just slam my back with all the tacks, dude. Put all the tacks on my back. And the guy's like picking out tacks. They showed all these guys, doing that shit. And they get $100 extra for that or something.
And I think the WWE finally gave up on the blood. There was a reason why, I don't remember why, but they don't show blood anymore.
Probably somebody was sick, dude, and they didn't want to say something.
Yeah, there had to be
some kind of communicable disease or something. The government came down on them, dude, it's too much.
So they don't do blood anymore. They never show blood anymore.
I'm not really into it now, T, and I just really feel like it's just so far gone from me now. And there's a lot of people even who watch it back in the day. Still watching it now. It's good entertainment.
Yeah, I know guys that do.
But this guy's just such a mess, T, and he's killing these fucking people.
He is, and it's really sad because these guys, I mean, they're dying young.
Yeah.
You can't ignore that. How many of these fuckers die young, and it's pathetic.
Let's just, we're, look at this last week.
Yeah.
T, we had another suicide from a wrestler, and she was a young wrestler.
Ashley Masario.
Yeah, so I don't even know.
Massaro.
Yeah, again, I'm not into it now, but I mean, it's the point that she's well known, and she just hung herself.
She was 39 years old, man.
Yeah, dude. I mean, come on. She had her whole life ahead of her.
Absolutely. What the fuck is going on?
But you look at the pictures of her, dude, and her physical appearance probably just indicates that maybe she was doing a little bit of enhancement.
Probably.
Right? Because you got to figure, dude. Remember, steroids aren't really necessary to make you bigger. It's to make you recover faster.
It's your recovery.
And these guys are wrestling like 3-4 times a week. Their body can't recover. They have to take these things.
Sometimes they're doing 2 shows a day. That's what's so insane. I mean, it's so taxing on their bodies. And that's what I'm telling you is, I mean, these guys and girls nowadays, but I mean, these people, they're circus animals, and they're being forced to perform, for our own amusement. And
aren't you entertained?
But see, the thing is seriously, nobody gives a shit. And the government's not regulating it. They're ignoring it. Out of sight, out of mind. All these fuckers are dying early. All of them have mental issues. Didn't one of them go crazy and shot himself and his wife and everything?
Yeah.
No,
I
mean, this isn't a joke.
Things. No, it isn't, man. And that's the thing is no one's taking it serious and no one's getting any responsibility for it.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, there's guys benefiting from this in the tunes of billions of dollars over the last 20 years. And this guy's just doing that, profiting off of these people and their lives.
Yeah.
And really,
and walking away scot-free.
I mean, come on,
Nothing.
man. You know what? At some point, dude, you got to take care of this shit. But the problem is this. All these people that are in there now, they know what they're getting into because it's out there.
They do, but what they're trying to do is everybody thinks they're going to be the next Rock because they think they're going to be something bigger than the rest.
Well, they want to try at least. You never know, it might hit.
But can't the same thing be said about football players? Because all of the studies with the brain damage and all that stuff that comes out. I mean, these guys know what they're getting into. They know what they're up against. They know what kind of sport they're in, and yet they do it anyway. So,
well, I think you look at it this way, right? Okay, so I mean, you're right. So let's even just go back to wrestling.
Yeah.
And say, okay, I'm a wrestler, and I have a good physical ability. I'm agile. I can do all the things these professional wrestlers do. But reality was I was a physical education major in college.
Yeah.
I flunked out of college my junior year, really didn't make the team. I got hurt. I hurt my back or did something. I'm better now. But how am I going to make a means? How am I really going to do something where reality is I don't have any skill?
Right.
And other than basically starting from the bottom rung of a fucking ladder somewhere, or, the guy's probably a meathead if he's a wrestler. Not saying they're all meatheads, but some of them are meatheads.
A lot of them are.
And, he might not have the skills to even have communication type of jobs.
Right.
What's your avenues to make money?
Not much.
Right. So we talked about that. And some of these guys, they have to go into the MMA or they go into pro wrestling.
Yeah.
And the ones that have to go into pro wrestling are the ones who probably don't want to get their ass beat in the MMA, but don't realize it's probably worse for them going into the WWE.
Yeah, because they're going to be working like 200 and something, almost 300 days.
Just a toll on their body, regardless of the hours they work.
But that's what I was getting at.
But you got to think though, in UFC, in any minute of any fight, you can die.
Well, yeah.
And reality is that the truth is that in WWE, but it's at least a little more controlled and scripted.
True.
The other guys are trying to knock your face off. And we just talked about a guy in the pre-show, Sage Northcutt or something. He got his face broke just in the last weekend.
Still in the hospital too. You said.
Yeah, had like 10-hour surgery to fix his face.
That's fucking crazy, man.
Dude, really? For the sport, and these guys are doing it for what? These guys are trying to make a living because the reality is either they're mentally they can't get a job or they don't have the skills to get a job. Where else can they make a decent living?
I think when I look back at it. The only old school guy that has actually made a decent living out of it has been Jesse the Body Ventura. He's actually done things outside of the WWE, not attached to it. He was a governor. He was governor of a state. He had a hit TV show about conspiracy theories. This guy's done a lot of successful things outside of it, but he's a pretty smart, well-spoken guy. He's not a meathead. And then, of course, you got The Rock. And the Rock is just so... He's like Magic Johnson, he could do no wrong. You see him smile and he lights up a room. So people love him and they're just...
Sort of sounds like you got a man crush on him, dude.
No, not
I wouldn't describe him as light up the room, but...
No. But to a lot of people, that's how they see him. You know what I mean?
To a lot of people or to you, T?
Okay, a little bit of both, maybe. Oh...
Is that what you and The Rock play, dude?
No, that's what me and Elon Musk play.
Oh, that is your Eli Musk song.
Oh, Elon. Anyway, but back to this is really those are the only two that I can remember that's been pretty successful with a lot of that, post wrestling type of world.
I agree, man. These guys just don't make it.
Yeah,
they're big as shit when they're in it.
Right.
And especially when this thing was in its heyday with Hulk Hogan. What about Hulk Hogan?
Okay, what has he done outside of it?
No, I'm saying, but financially, he's a mess, right?
He's a mess.
Yeah, it happens to them all. It's like we were saying before, there's no exit plan.
There's nothing.
So when they're 35 and 36, they're already done. But what are they going to do till they're 65? That's 30 more years.
Well,
they were going to burn through all their money.
Right, and that's what Roddy Piper said. He goes, I can't touch that until I'm 65. I'm not going to live that long. Let's be honest.
And he died at 61.
61.
Yeah, he knew it.
He knew it was going to happen.
No, absolutely.
All these guys have short shelf lives, not just in their career, but their life.
No, you're right.
And where's the studies? Who's doing that? You mentioned the Iron Sheik. We both saw that. We saw that documentary. It was sad.
It was sad, bro. This guy he's addicted to drugs. He's doing whatever he can to score drugs. Any money he gets, he's going to buy crack. It's sad, dude.
It's sad because he's broken down.
He's broken down. He's got no money. He lives in a fucking hovel. It's just tough.
He had a nice house with a family at one point.
And he just lost it all, man.
Yeah.
And the reality was he didn't really do anything wrong. Right? He got busted and arrested for cocaine, and that's sort of what brought him down a little bit, right?
Yeah.
That was the whole story and what brought him down. He couldn't wrestle anymore.
With him and Hacksaw Jim Duggan in a car.
Possibly Hacksaw. Wasn't it another guy or something?
No, it was Hacksaw Jim Duggan. It was them two in a car. And that was when it was all scripted and everybody thought that it was real at the time.
Right.
Nobody knew that it was scripted. And so for them to be caught together, it almost killed the WWF at the time. It was WWF. Because McMahon fucking flipped and lost it because they were caught together. Because the heel wasn't supposed to be with the hero type of thing.
I gotcha.
that when that came out, that was almost devastating for them.
It's just sad, dude. You know, and it's sad. And the reality is, man, there's so many people that still admire these guys.
Yeah, they look up to them,
and they see him, and they just imagine seeing him like that.
Oh man, I wouldn't want to.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially the older guys that were our heroes when we were kids.
That's
man.
what I'm
we
saying.
looked up to them.
I mean, look at that.
I wouldn't want to see them all broken down.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
You know?
I mean, and they're all passing away early, dude.
They are.
They're either having some mental breakdown where they're doing something wrong to themselves, committing suicide. Their bodies have just had such a toll on it with the drugs and the abuse of their physical bodies. That it's just, they're just not lasting, man.
I don't know why they don't form a union. I mean, seriously, they need a union.
No, I
any
hear
industry
you, man,
needs it, they need one.
But dude, I think McMahon's pretty powerful, dude. And
True.
I think he will. I mean, there has to be someone to stand up to him with as much power as him. And I just don't think that a union's going to touch him.
I think the only
is the Teamsters.
Well, yeah,
that's the only union big enough.
Big enough.
And I mean, really, they can't create a new entertainment union and stand up to the guy because they just don't have the power. What's their bargaining power?
Well, Hollywood, any of those unions wouldn't want to touch it.
Well, here's the other thing too. If the Teamsters jump into these guys and do something, remember all the people that set up all these shows, that operate all these equipments.
Right.
It's all Teamsters.
Yeah.
All the locals.
All the locals.
So, dude, those guys they're gonna boycott because they're gonna support the union.
Yeah, they're gonna support.
So there won't be able to be any shows. He's gonna have to give in, but the Teamsters wouldn't do that.
I think it's sad. I really think it's so incredibly sad that they don't have a union, and they're the ones that need it probably the most.
I agree. They're getting abused.
They are. They're being exploited. They're being abused. And you and I talked about it last week. We debated on whether or not it is a sport. We both said it's entertainment. They are athletes. We both said that they're athletes. But the biggest thing to me is that these guys, as athletic as they are, as much as these guys are entertainers, we still watch it. We still enjoy it. I think this is so sad, and it's a travesty that these guys are going through this type of thing.
And not just that, remembering, like we said, it's not even just all the guys. What was China just a few years ago?
Oh my God. In China, she died of a drug overdose. She was a train wreck, and she was probably one of the biggest wrestlers in the 90s. She married X-Pac. Remember him? X-Pac was
Triple H.
No, not Triple H. X-Pac. She married X-Pac. Triple H is married to Vince McMahon's daughter in real life. That's why they're saying he's the heir apparent to take over the company when Vince retires. But X-Pac back in the day, him and China married in real life. That didn't last very long because they're both drug addicted and they were both like fucking just dumpster fires, So that marriage didn't last long. And then she ended up doing porn. I don't know if you remember that.
No.
She had a short stint in porn trying to make money. Then she did a reality TV show, those celebrity ones.
Like all muscled up?
Yeah.
Doing porn?
Yeah.
Like getting fucked?
Well, dude, you watch porn. I'm surprised you haven't seen that shit.
I'm not going to, even if I saw the front, the preview of China getting fucked, I probably wouldn't clip it, dude.
I'm just saying, if you ever feel a little freaky.
I'm not into that, dude. No, because,
okay.
I mean, they have stuff like wrestling and shit, like chicks wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And, they all of a sudden their shit slips off and that dude slips and his dick falls in.
Right.
But no, I'm not going to watch all this muscled up bitches.
She did porn. And then she went into those celebrity reality shows.
Uh-huh.
Kind of like a Big Brother type thing.
Oh, okay.
And she did 2 stints of that. And then that's when she died.
Oh, man, that's sad.
She died of an OD. I mean, it's pathetic. It's pathetic that these people have to live like this and go through this. And to your point, I mean, they're just trying to numb themselves up. And I think that's how they get addicted.
But fuck, it almost seems like they're shooting stars, D.
They are.
It's just,
that's a great analogy.
Life is just so short.
It is. It really is. It's bright for a very short period of time, and then it's snuffed out.
Like he says, dude, it's a great entrance plan, but no exit plan.
Well, it does have an exit plan. It's just not a good one.
Yeah. Oh, what about John Cena, dog?
Yeah.
John Cena made it out.
Kind of. He's still not that huge, though.
No, okay, he's not rock status, but he's comfortable, right?
He's comfortable. He's definitely comfortable.
Okay, so he's going to be okay.
Yeah,
right?
no, he'll be fine with money okay. When it comes to money.
No. No one's going to touch The Rock. The Rock's as big an actor as anybody out there right now.
He's the biggest.
And he's not even a good actor.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, but yeah.
I think only one out of...
Wahlberg maybe bigger than him?
1 or 2 out of every 10 movies is actually a good one. You know, he just does volumes of movies and gets paid.
Well, because he's under contract.
Right.
He's even under Disney contract.
And well,
he did what was the Jumanji?
No, he did Jumanji, but he did Moana or whatever that one was.
And he did Tooth Fairy. Tooth Fairy was a Disney.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, he was a hockey player.
Yeah, I didn't see that one.
A badass hockey player, and he had his thing was that he would knock out everybody's teeth.
Yeah, that was a little too much for me.
So they made him the Tooth Fairy.
I'm a hockey guy, but that's a little too much for me to watch. But
Ashley Judd was in that, and she actually was sort of good in that movie.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not an Ashley Judd fan.
Yeah,
but that one is stucker.
Well,
you know what I mean?
That's you, though. I mean, I
mean, The Rock would have stuck her in that movie.
Oh, I'm sure he would have.
He probably would have. Okay, here's the thing about The Rock, dude. I remember back in the day when he was in wrestling, they showed his wife. She was a big Samoan lady. It was his real wife.
His real wife?
Yeah. I remember seeing pictures because I used to look at the magazines.
He's not married anymore, though. He has a girlfriend.
He divorced her like as soon as he started getting popular.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, I can't be around her. Sorry. I'm going to pay you off, but, hey, sorry, honey.
He's got a daughter from her, too, I think.
I'm sure he does.
Yeah.
He was married to her for a while.
Yeah.
She's a beast. You know what I mean? But how's that look? Yeah. Like probably one of the, biggest sex symbols for women nowadays. They all love this dude. His big meathead. You know what I mean? They all want to fucking bone him. But he's probably like fucking Canseco.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's got no nuts.
No nuts.
No nuts. That's not
nuts.
a lot of nuts.
That's a lot of nuts.
No, it's not.
Yeah, whatever. Why is this guy all sad over there, T?
Dude, just don't look his way.
Oh,
just don't
I'm
look.
looking at him, dude.
Don't.
I thought we were gonna switch seats.
Look, we got shit to fucking cover.
Okay,
I'm not even paying attention to him.
Well, you don't have to, Dick. Your fucking back's too.
I don't care. Dude. I don't care.
All right, give him a hanky, dog. All right, man. So, hey, let's just wrap it up, T. It's just sad. It's just a sad thing. We grew up watching these guys, and they were heroes to us.
They were.
And the reality is, man, they were bigger than life. And now that you see them struggling and the way they're passing away, it's just sad.
It's very
sort of what we did, I think, is we just wanted to put it out there and know that we know about what's going on and we care about these guys and we wish there was more we could do.
Yeah.
And if there's anybody out there who can help these guys, help them. A lot of it is mental health. And you know what? May is mental health awareness.
It is mental health awareness.
It's like we talk about, if you guys know people that are out there and they're suffering, doesn't have to be a wrestler.
Mental health is a motherfucker.
Things like that. You got to help them, man. It's being aware of what the problem is and getting it past that stage that nothing's wrong. They have to identify something's wrong. Same with these wrestlers.
Yeah. And a lot of times, sadly, nobody wants to go and they're afraid to get looked at. They're afraid to get, talk to somebody.
No, absolutely.
That's the sad part. That's really the saddest part about it. The whole thing is you can't help somebody when you don't know.
Right. And if they're not willing to get the help, it's hard, especially in those type of things.
Yeah. And if they don't come to you or you may not see the signs.
So yeah,
it's just fucked up any way you look at it. It really is.
I really hope at some point, T, this thing turns around and it sort of gets the right way, but they got to get this guy McMahon out of there.
They got to get him out, man. He's a monster.
Anyway, man, let's go to the next subject, T. Let's get in the man's corner, bro.
Man's corner.
All right, man. So what are we going to talk about today, T? Man's corner shit, huh?
Today's man's corner shit is about the big Viagra machine.
All right, what does that mean?
It means it turns you into a big machine.
It does, dude.
I don't have personal experience with Viagra, but I know that you do. So would you like to talk about it?
No, you go ahead. Because I'm going to throw it out at you after because I'm tired of that fucking statement. Go ahead, man.
Well, I don't fucking have personal experience with it.
Go ahead, dude.
I'm just saying.
You go ahead and start. I'm just saying, dude. Can you start?
All right, so there's a lot of guys out there that are on Viagra.
Dr. X knows about it.
All right, I bet he does. There's a lot of guys out there that are on Viagra. Okay, they take Viagra whether they need it or not. Some guys enjoy doing it even though they don't necessarily need it because it gives them that extra little boost, they say. It's kind of takes it to a different level. And there's sometimes a little bit of a stigma with it. People think that there's a problem if you're taking Viagra, even though you may not have that issue. So what is it about it? I mean, is it really a social stigma if you're on it? Even if you do need it, who the fuck cares, right?
No, yeah, absolutely. But the thing I was going to get at, T, is you always make the comment to me, dude, I've never done Viagra.
No, I haven't, though.
No, but you take Cialis every day.
No, I do. No, I don't take it daily. I don't take it
whatever
daily.
it is, but you take the daily part, the low dosage one.
I take the low dosage.
Yeah, okay, yeah, which is still more dosage than I take. Absolutely.
Right.
But the difference is just 2 different drugs. They do the same thing.
Right, but I don't take it for that.
Right. Whether you do or don't.
But I'm getting the benefits of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, whether you do or don't, it's still doing the same things to your body that it does to everybody else's.
Yeah.
So really the difference is sildenafil to tadalafil.
Right.
Tadalafil is Cialis. Sildenafil is Viagra.
Right.
So that's really the only difference. It's doing the same thing to your body. It's opening up an orifice that allows blood to flow into your penis faster.
Right.
When you get sexually attracted.
Not just for that, but yeah.
Right.
I mean, the Cialis is different because I'm taking it because of my prostrate issue.
Right, exactly. But there's right again, but the reason they're doing that is to help flow in there.
Correct.
And that's what it does, is it opens up this thing to allow blood to flow in there and flow
my urine flow.
Correct.
And that's why I'm taking it, but I get the benefits, to your point.
Right, I understand why you're taking it, T, but the purpose of this is exactly what we're just talking about.
Right.
So, yeah, in reality, yeah, you don't take Viagra, but you're taking the same fucking shit.
Okay, so what happens when you get Viagra that...
No, they do say, I will say this, though, real quick, is I remember the doctor one time, I told you, man, shout out to Dr. S, Dr. Samawi, you're the man, I love you, bro. But my doctor and me could talk about anything, and, you know, I was talking about these things with him, and he told me, look, man, same thing. He goes, because I had asked him straight out.
Yeah.
If I use this shit now, when I get older, say 10 years from now, and I really need it, is it going to be not effective? He said, no.
Oh, man, like you build up an immunity.
Right. That's what I was afraid of.
Yeah.
Because he told me, hey, man, because I was telling him, dude, I'm with a girl. She's like 20 years younger than me. Sometimes I can't keep up.
Right.
If I'm tired from work or something nowadays, I only got, I'm not one pump chump, but I'm good for one nut. Right. And I'm done, man.
That's it.
You know what I mean? She might want to go another round, and I can't do it.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about a pill. And he's like, okay, well, he asked me some questions, this and that. And he's like, and I asked him that question, if you get immune to it. And he's like, no. He goes, it won't do anything to you. Yeah. And it doesn't do anything to your heart. As long as you're healthy, your heart is healthy, you're going to be okay.
Now, wouldn't because I know that's what a lot of guys are worried about, that it does something to your heart.
It doesn't do anything to your heart.
I know that, but I know that I've talked to guys about it, and that was their concern, was that it makes your heart beat faster and it puts more strain on your heart. So I would say that it's more of the act that you're doing that makes your heart rate go up higher.
Oh, absolutely.
Not the drug itself.
Absolutely is, because I've known guys that had open heart surgeries.
And they're good.
Because they said the same thing, is because what people are thinking, because they don't know, they haven't talked to a doctor.
Right.
They're thinking, okay, something like this has to be like an upper.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Kind of effect.
Or like a fucking Red Bull or something like that gets your heart going.
And that's what they're thinking is doing it. But they don't understand it, is they haven't talked to their doctor.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean? So your doctor he'll prescribe for someone with a heart attack as long as your heart's healthy now.
Yeah.
Because all it's doing is really allowing that blood to flow in there faster.
Right.
Both of those drugs. Right. But my butt was back 3 minutes ago was what the doctor said. Viagra is stronger. So you get a much quicker effect, but less lasting.
Right.
Okay, you get a much stronger effect, but maybe only for 4 to 6 hours, as opposed to if you took that dosage of Cialis, Tadalafil, or Tadalafil, whatever it is, if you took that dosage, it would last you 10 to 12 hours, but you wouldn't be like numbcock.
Right.
You know what I mean? You'd be like,
yeah.
But you'd be able to slam that thing around a few times.
Right.
So hey, dude, I go, throw me a couple of Cialis. He goes, I actually got some samples. I'm going to give you a couple.
Okay.
I was like, cool. You really didn't do it for me, man. You know what I mean? So I was like, okay, and he came back, how'd it go? Hey, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. It was better, way better. It seemed like, I could go more,
Yeah.
I go, man, it just didn't seem like I was.
It just didn't put you over the top.
Didn't put me the porn star status like I thought. You know what I mean? So he threw me a Viagra. Knocked it out of the park. Though.
Yeah, that changed it.
Because it's so different. But, and different thing is too, right? So even if traces of this stuff is still in your system and you don't really need it and it's still just doing it a little bit, it still works.
Yeah. Well, that's
so in reality,
like Cialis, it's the prolonged effect.
Right. Well, yours is almost like building it up in your system by taking it every other day or every third day or something like that. It's building your system up so that you constantly have that type of movement in there.
Right.
For a guy like me who's taking it once every couple weeks when I'm going to have a whatever romantic outing or whatever else I did before or now.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But it'll last me 2 or 3 days. Not saying like, okay, it's like the first day every day.
No, it's gonna fade a little each day.
But it's very much even as better, if it's not as it is as good, if not better than Cialis.
Gotcha.
Even on the third day.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm just saying, I think Viagra's stronger, but Cialis I think lasts a little bit longer.
Now I heard something about you got a version of Viagra from somewhere. Third world country, I don't know where, and it was more like a roofie. I mean, is that's what Dr. X told me. So I mean, consider the source. All right,
no, he's
so
right, dude. I told him a story the other day, right? So I had a buddy of mine. Yeah.
Oh fuck.
So, and I thought, I don't know, man. I thought maybe it was me being sick. I felt like I was a little sick or something. I was having like a back pain, so I was thinking maybe I was having a stroke or a heart attack. But I had a little date set up. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I'm not going to jeopardize it. If I die, it's the way to go. I know I was going to get a piece of ass.
Every man's dream.
So I'm going for it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'm feeling it, man. My chest is hurting a little bit. I'm thinking, here's a big one, Alice. You know what I mean? Here it comes, right?
What was it? Red Fox?
Yeah,
back
it's
in
a
the
big
day?
one, Alice. Exactly, right? Yeah. So anyways, man, yeah. So it's the big one, Alice.
It's the big one. I'm coming home to see you.
So, yeah, so we're at dinner, right, whatever. So, she takes off to the restroom, and I'm like, okay, man, I'm going to drop this little V that I got, but it's a Sildenafil generic that a buddy of mine got in Mexico.
Uh-huh.
So I drop it, and first thing, man, as soon as I taste it, it sticks in my throat. And it's just tasting sour and nasty, and I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
I'm looking at the little package, and it's Sildenafil, and it has all the little shit on it, everything else. I'm like, okay, man, whatever. Next thing you know, man, I start getting dizzy. I start getting a little fucking woozy.
Were you driving?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, so I was like, fuck, I gotta go wash my face, man. Then I started thinking, maybe it's the food.
Yeah. Like food poisoning or something.
Right, exactly. I just gotta wash my face.
Right.
So when I got up, I felt a little better. And I start going and, get back to the table and, you want to get going, she says. And I'm like, yeah, so she gets up and, man, I'm just burning up. My fucking ears were on fire. My face felt hot. And my body started getting hot. I was like, fuck, dude. Not sweating, but just hot.
Isn't that kind of what you're supposed to be doing?
No, dude. Not like sexually excited. I wasn't. I was like burning up like 120 degrees. Not like fucking, I've got a boner. At that point, I had no boner. I'm getting scared.
You're fucking in the wind.
So
you're a fucking windsock just flapping around.
So I fucking go in the fucking, right, we get in the car, we're taking off, and I'm rolling the window down. I'm driving, I'm feeling all right. Okay, maybe I'm snapping out of it.
Right.
We start getting intimate, start doing what we're doing. Next thing you know, dude, I just start getting so lightheaded. I was doing a position where I'm a little bit like, not standing up, but like.
Acrobatic or what?
No, you remember in football, I used to like take one knee?
Yeah, take a knee.
Take a knee. Yeah, something like that. You know what I mean? But just, I don't have to describe everything.
Right.
But taking a knee, and I was just going for it. Dude, I got so dizzy, I fell forward. Right? So then, sort of like she thought it was like sort of part of the act, I guess. And sort of like rolled on top of me, jumped back on top of me. I'm like, baby, just give me a second. Something's going on here, right? Yeah. And she's looking at me like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, just go ahead and finish me off and, put your mouth down there and finish me off, honey. Take care of it.
Right.
She's like, wow, dude, your chest is hot. Like your body's hot. She's like rubbing my stomach. And I was like, baby, just look, just get me there.
Yeah.
She's like, are you okay? Don't worry about it. Because I'm already thinking in my head, if I die, it's how I want to go anyway.
Exactly.
So fuck it, this is it, dude. So she starts going down to me and give me some oral. And she pops back up like 10 seconds later. And she's like, dude. And I'm like, what? Are you okay? Why do you keep asking me that? She's like, your shit is on fire. She goes, your dick is hot. Yeah, it's hot for you, babe. And just stuffed her back down on it. My point was, I don't know what the fuck's in that shit, dude. And it came from a pharmacy in Mexico, dude.
Oh, fuck.
You know what I mean? But I trusted the guy. I really did. He's a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
So I didn't think anything else. But, dude, you just never know.
But, I mean, didn't he get it at like a legitimate place there?
Yeah. He got it at a pharmacy that he got me one before that was really good. But they didn't have that brand.
Okay, so it's the brand.
No.
It's probably the brand?
No. Because I Googled it to see every manufacturer of sildenafil makes it in a diamond shape coated.
Right.
This was not. It was like a circle pill, and it wasn't coated.
Oh, so that, who knows what the fuck that was.
Fake. Yeah.
Holy shit. At a pharmacy, though.
At a pharmacy.
Holy shit.
Yes.
That's fucking crazy.
Telling this guy it's the same.
Wow.
Right?
That's fucking nuts.
That's what I'm telling you. It can only be one brand that I get out of these third world countries now. That's it.
Yeah. You already know the brand then.
Yeah, and everybody talks shit because I'll send, I know a couple of people that'll go down, and they'll go down and say, hey, I need this brand. Somebody bring back four packs or 3 packs they only have 2 pills in each pack.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're like $20, right? So, okay, I'll take them. That's going to last me a year.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm good.
Well, because you cut them in half, you said, right?
Fuck yeah, I do. I don't need them like full strength.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, fuck, that's like a year's worth. And then I'll send somebody else down, or somebody else goes down a few months later. And they call me up, the pharmacist said they don't make them anymore. Oh, okay, I'm good then, thanks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't worry about it. Because the next guy's going to go down a couple months and find them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's only one brand that I could deal with. But here's the problem, right? Viagra went generic in January.
Right. He did.
Before that, they're making so much money. I remember getting a prescription from my doctor. Went over there, 10 pills at CVS. My insurance didn't cover any of it. Back in the day, my insurance would cover a little bit of it.
Yeah.
And I paid like $120 for 10 pills.
Wow.
That was my insurance paying a big part of it. My insurance now didn't pay any. So I was like, let me see how much it is. Might be a couple $100. Maybe I'll just bite the bullet, and take it. Pharmacist looks at me. Hey, what's up, bro? Hey, what's going on, man? Here, I need to fill this prescription. He looks at me, gives me like that little wink, Yeah, dude, all right, man.
Yeah.
So if I can, oh, dude, what's your insurance card? Well, right here, man. What's up? Let me see it. So he's looking on the back. I guess there's codes and stuff, right? So he's putting in these codes and stuff. It's like, bro, this isn't covered at all under your insurance. No worries, man. What does it cost? So these 10 pills right here, $475.
Okay.
You're fucking kidding me, dude.
Okay. That's not even as bad as the Cialis. When the doctor gave me I went to the doctor and I was having.
Well, let me finish.
Okay.
Then he tells me, don't worry, bro. The prescription is written up to 10 pills. If you want, I could just give you 1.
At a time?
And I'm like, yeah, but you're telling me, bro, that I got to pay like 50 some bucks for a pill. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, man. I ain't fucking do that. You're fucking nuts. That's how crazy this shit is, dude.
So, my doctor gave me a prescription for the Cialis. So I'm thinking the same thing. Okay, I'm going to go fill it. What's the worst it's going to be? 50, 60 bucks, at the most. My insurance covered it. But my insurance only covered up to $375. The original, they said without insurance, is $600 for the fucking thing.
That is insane, dude.
For a 30-day supply, $600 for fucking 30-day supply of Cialis. And he wanted at the time, he said, try 1 a day. That's fucking crazy.
Nuts, dude.
That's fucking crazy. That's with insurance was $375. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, dude, that's like, fuck, dude, that's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, see, I don't get this shit, and I'm just, and it actually was going up the last couple of years because they knew they were going to lose the patent.
Exactly.
So it was getting higher and higher. They were just
trying to maximize their profits while they had it.
Yeah, because I remember back in the day, a buddy of mine used to buy a 10-pack at Costco for like $110 or something. For a prescription, his doctor would give him like a prescription with 10 refills.
Yeah.
My doctor gave me a prescription with 5 refills. I ain't going to fucking fill it anywhere. Even I go now to get generics. The generics are still expensive.
Are they?
Well, you go to CVS or Walgreens or something, yeah. But then you see these online pharmacies, I just don't trust them, dude.
Yeah.
Same kind of shit.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck I'm going to get.
You don't know what you're going to get, man.
I'd rather know somebody who's going to go down and get the brand that I like. And like I said, I don't use it enough where I go crazy. So even if I don't get it, I ain't really hurting. You know what I mean? I can still make it work. Because I've done it before where spur of the moment things, I wasn't able to drop one down my throat.
Yeah.
And I'm still work.
Right.
So I'm okay. But when I want to get the little,
they got to make it into that Listerine dissolve strip. They need to.
Well, they have the Blue Chew now.
What's that?
The Blue Chew.
I don't know. What is that?
It's like, it looks
like gum or what?
Almost like a gum, but it dissolves.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's like those children's chewable type shit?
Not even like that. It's like almost like dissolves. Think of it like a square, like a piece of gum.
That just dissolves.
Yeah. that you chew it like gum, and it probably has a consistency of gum. It looks like it's squishy. And you just chew it, and it basically dissolves. There's no gum left, and it has the active ingredients.
Really?
Yeah, the Blue Chew.
Fuck, I didn't know anything about that.
It's in that Hims.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they prop it.
You know, maybe we should reach out to those guys. Maybe we could have one of them on the show or something like that. Maybe we could talk about the Hims, because I've seen some of their stuff.
Well, they do everything though, right? They do hair products.
Hair products about if you're losing your hair, things like that. We got to reach out to those guys. You know, it's a men's show. It's,
hey, Dr. X, dude, we were talking for the second week about sponsors, bro.
Get off your ass, man.
Dude, we got a couple letters from sponsors, dude, but this guy just sort of
he's dragging ass. You and I got to take this shit over.
No, but not just that, dude. They're not gonna pay us nothing. We're not gonna change for these guys. You see that one they wanted us to change our topics? And
fuck that.
They're fucking idiots.
No.
Anyways, man, but hey, Viagra's a real deal, dude, and it fucking works. You know, if you're having any issues at all, just fucking jump on it. If you want to have a better experience and just say you have a lady who's willing to deal with it,
you know what?
Try it.
Fucking badge of honor, man. Don't be ashamed by that shit anyway.
Dude,
there's a lot of dudes that are fucking,
I think it's more accepted now, though, right?
I think it is.
You know what I mean? It's a little bit more accepted, right?
There's still a little bit of that where guys are, they're afraid to say it.
Fuck that. I tell everybody I take it, dog. And I tell all the women I take it.
And
you know what I mean?
Why not?
I don't got a problem.
And why not? You know what I mean? Fuck it. Yeah. Like I said, badge of honor.
And it's one of those things, too. If I went to girl multiple times or something, and the second or third time, she's going to ask me straight up, was that enhanced?
Yeah.
No. Oh, wow. Yeah, exactly, baby. I'm still okay.
Yeah,
you know what
exactly. I mean? No, be straight up.
No, I think she's thinking, fuck, am I going to roll over? Can I go to sleep? Or are you going to start sticking me in the pooper?
Right.
You know what I mean? Because that's when
little
you're
spoon,
enhanced,
big
dude.
spoon.
Yeah, exactly. You're enhanced, motherfucker. You got to fucking slow down, man.
You got to let that thing wear down.
Yeah, I can even get you a cup of ice, bro. You know what I mean? But so anyway, yeah.
You got that kickstand going.
Yeah, man, if you guys haven't tried it. And here's the thing, though, T. We got a lot of young listeners.
Yeah, we do.
Guys, I'm going to say this to you. You don't need it when you're young. All right. I would say we don't even try it till you're 35?
Probably, yeah.
You don't need it, guys. You really don't. I mean, it makes it a little bit better, but when you're 35 thinking about you want to be 18 again, there's a big difference.
Right.
When you're 25 thinking I want to be 18 again, it's not that big a difference, guys. It's not going to do that much for you.
Yeah, so don't even sweat it.
Yeah, exactly. You might be on that borderline 4-hour erection, got to go to the hospital shit.
Oh, fuck.
And they got to drain it with a big needle and shit, dude.
Do they?
Yeah, something.
They got to drain the blood?
Here's the thing, too. Did you know that you can't eat grapefruit and take Viagra? You have a heart attack.
Well, you can't with Cialis either. So
it's the same thing. It drops your blood pressure so bad your heart will stop.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I don't drink. Any kind of grapefruit. I loved eating it, but I don't anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't.
Well, I found out the hard way.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, I did back in the day. Well, I didn't think about it. All right, so I took a fucking
Wait a minute, man.
What?
They always have all these warning fucking labels. They
I
got all this
fucked up.
Yeah. How could you miss that?
What do you mean?
Well, didn't you get it through a pharmacist? Didn't the pharmacist cover that with you?
No. Fuck no, I didn't get it back in the day from a pharmacist. Like one of the very first times I ever took it. Some guy owned a bar that I knew.
A street pharmacist.
Yeah. A buddy of mine. Yeah. You know, and a guy I knew who owned a bar.
Right.
So he's like, hey, dude, we're going to go party with these chicks, man. Yeah, dude, I'm tired, man. Whatever. Dude, try this thing. And then he's all, dude, not just that, but he's like, you're 18 again.
Right.
He says, you're going to come like a quart. All sorts of it's going to come out, dude. You're going to think it's broke. Fuck it, dude. I'll try it. So we're partying, having a good time, man. Hey, what do you want to drink, bro? Hey, give me a tequila and a squirt. All right, man. I wasn't thinking, dude.
Yeah. That shit fucks you up.
Dude, all of a sudden, I almost did a head dive right there, dude. Yeah, did a fucking belly flop right there.
Fuck,
like, what's
dude, how
going
many
on?
times have you had shit?
Happened to me?
Yeah, well, with this.
With what, Viagra?
Yeah.
Well, I had the roofie just a few months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a bad one, dude.
Squirt.
Yeah, but the squirt was my fault.
Right.
Yeah, that was it.
Just
but the
those two?
squirt, there was really no bad one, but the squirt. But all I did was validate what their
warning said.
Yeah, it fucked you up,
dumbass.
Because I drank like half of it pretty quick. It was hot.
Right.
We were in a bar in a club or something, so I was like, "Fuck!" I was thirsty.
Yeah.
So it tastes good, and that's why I wanted it. So I drank like half of it real quick, and within 10 or 15 seconds, I felt it.
Fuck, that quick.
Yeah.
See, I don't even get near that shit because of the Cialis, which they have the same warnings.
No, absolutely. But at the time,
but I knew
we were partying. There were girls. You already had a boner. Was probably getting a little bit of mouthy on it. Wasn't thinking, bro.
Well, you were, but not the right way.
Exactly, dude.
Not with the right head.
And then talk about what fuck, it just killed the night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was trying to snap out of it.
You okay,
dude,
bro?
Right? And you're fucking like, you're slurring your words.
Right.
And I'm like, man, what's going on? The girl's looking at me like, dude, what's up with this dude?
Right. Like you're on something else.
Yeah. And I was like, I'm trying to snap out of it, and I couldn't, man. I was like, dude, just get me in the car for a little bit. Let me lay down. All right, man, you sure? Yeah. Put me in the back seat for about 2 hours.
Passed out.
Done. Just curled up like
dude,
a
you're
fetal.
Lucky.
My heart didn't stop.
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
absolutely.
you're fucking lucky, man.
Oh, I've been lucky in my life, dude. Yeah, I wasn't ready to go yet. You know what I mean? But it's one of those things, man. Even sometimes, I remember one time going through an intersection, spinning around in the rain in my car. I tried to stop. I was drunk as shit.
I've done that.
I tried to stop, and I just started going through the intersection, like spinning around.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, man, someone's going to hit me. I'm done. I was already waiting.
Right.
Went all the way through the intersection. No one even hit me. I stopped at the fucking, on the middle island.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, okay, it's not my time, man.
We weren't drunk, but we did that. Me and a buddy Scott in high school, we did that. The one side of his brakes locked up and the other didn't, and it was raining, and we went spinning down the fucking road like bad too, because Scott drove fast. He had a souped up Nova, and shit, dude. We spun for probably 2 blocks straight. It was crazy.
I went right through a busy intersection.
Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't get hit.
I don't know.
It's not my time. But anyway, back to Viagra, dog. Yeah, you got to try it. Give it a shot.
Maybe. I'll have to stop doing the Cialis for a couple days, but no big deal.
Double up, bitch.
With a what?
Double up.
Double up.
That's what I'm saying, dude. I'm just saying, dog.
Yeah. No.
You know what I mean? Hey,
I've
done that before. I've doubled up.
Really?
Yeah, sort of on accident.
Fuck.
Not like that, but like the next morning.
Can I change your name from Mark W. King to fucking Dr. Dumbass?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, Double D.
Double D? Fucking Dr. Dumbass?
No.
Hey, Double D.
It was like, fuck, oh man, I better take one for tonight. Because I don't like the effect.
And
like,
then
really
you forgot that you took
that
it?
I just took one the night before. Dude, I'm walking around with a boner, like for nothing.
Fucking the wind came and it went, whoop.
Dude, yeah. And okay, here's one for you. I used to have a buddy who used to know someone who worked for Pfizer.
Okay.
Right? So they're the ones who make Viagra.
Yeah, exactly.
They used to get the stuff they send to other countries. The stuff they send to other countries is 3 or 4 times the strength of what we have here.
Yeah, because there's less regulation.
Correct. So even like they have red Viagras.
Yeah, I heard
those
about
things
those.
are like 300 milligrams.
That's fucking nuts, man.
He gave me one time because we had some stuff set up in an airport hangar that he had with some Asian women.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I go, dude, you got those pills? Yeah, take this one. I'm like, dude, it's red. Just take it, bro. Within 5 minutes, I wasn't even thinking about a girl.
It just didn't matter.
It didn't matter, dude. Whoa, what is this, dude? What'd you give me? 300 milligrams. Why?
What the fuck for?
Yeah, dude, it's gonna pop.
Why would you do that to me?
dude? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So
I don't know, man. I don't have anything against it. I have more power to the guys that do it. You know, maybe I'll try it.
Give it a shot, man.
Yeah,
you know that's the thing too.
I don't have an issue with it. I don't have any stigma with it.
No, absolutely not, and not when after you perform with it, dude. Because you know what? Hey, I'm not scared to say I need something to fucking make me fucking be like I wasn't when I was 18.
Right.
Fuck, I'm on it.
Yeah, why the fuck not?
The blue chew, the blue pill, the fucking whatever.
Whatever it is.
You know, back in the day, chicks used to have to stick their finger in my ass and I was good. No, it's
okay, Stifler. Isn't that what Stifler got addicted to?
I don't know, man, but it's a funny story I tell you about one time.
Yeah, we'll tell about another
It's like a
day.
massage thing, dude. I told the lady, hey, I can't do nothing today. I was going like every day when I was in Asia. And this lady, I go for a bath, right? And they used to take me every morning, every night. Dude, I was worn out.
Yeah.
So I go in there, man. I'm young, I'm 30-something. And the lady's like, okay, hey, you want a little? And I'm going, look, honey, I got no power today. Don't worry, I'm going to tip you. But can you just rub my shoulders, man? I don't want no cheeky today,
Yeah.
Oh, no power. No power. She's got this little bony finger. Next thing you know, it starts fucking rubbing my sack and starts to taint. And it disappears, dog. Next thing you know, I fucking like 2 popsicle sticks and a rubber band wrapped around that thing, dude. That thing was sticking straight up, dog. Like, honey, how'd you do that? What are you touching down there?
You got the magic fingers.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Yeah, hit that prostate, that button on that prostate, man.
Yeah.
Fucking pating. I never, that's how I discovered that. But that's another story,
that's
bro.
Another story for another time.
So, yeah, man. So we're going to wrap up the Viagra thing, man. But that's pretty good, T.
Yeah, that was a lot, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fuck. I didn't realize
that you can keep going that long.
that's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
That's a lot of nuts.
Come on, dude. This guy's, dude, he's so sad over there.
He's slow.
Take it back, dog.
Take what
it
back?
That we're going to replace him when he's on vacation.
It's a temporary replacement, man.
Dude, stop. He made it a point before the show. Wait a minute. He made it a point before the show to tell us that he didn't want anyone replacing him when he was gone. And that's the first thing he said.
Okay, how are we going to do the show?
We'll figure it out.
How?
Well, there won't be any sound bites at all.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
But besides that, who's going to run the board, though, to make sure that all the audio levels are right?
No, I know. We're just going to have to sort of set it and sort of maybe chop up the show a little differently.
I don't know, man. We'll figure that the fuck out.
But we could do it. I mean, oh, dude, man.
We'll have to see. We'll wait and see. We'll wait and see.
Dude, come on, man. Dude, look at him. He's like a hurt puppy right now.
That's okay. I got one puppy at home. I don't need another here.
Oh, little baby.
You want a sugar teat?
No, dude. He's a dude from Full Metal Jacket. I told you, walking with his pants down, sucking on his tit. Fucking Gomer Pyle. Just keep going in our show, T, man.
So what do we got next?
Did you know?
Yeah. This one is called One Hell of a Road Trip.
How come you keep doing these, man? How come I don't get one?
Okay, go for it then.
No, go ahead, man. I'm just fucking with you.
Shut the fuck up.
You did last week's too.
I know I did.
We're supposed to rotate. This is Dr. X fucking with me, man.
Go
ahead, man. One hell of a road trip.
All right, one hell of a road trip. There is enough fuel in a jumbo jet tank to drive an average car 4 times around the world.
That's a lot of nuts.
Absolutely is, man. That's fucking nuts,
crazy.
Right? So how far do you think a full jumbo jet tank can take a jumbo jet?
Maybe.
I mean, okay, what was the longest flight you ever took?
The longest I've ever took is 12 hours straight.
Okay, I took 16 hours to Australia.
Okay, I did
Non-stop,
12.
Right?
Yeah.
And I don't think they're like on empty when they land, right?
No, they're not on empty. They have to have X amount of reserves.
Right, because they always say even like at the end they dump fuel and shit if they're going to crash.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. They have to dump fuel so that it minimizes the burn. But no, honestly, I think probably 20 hours, something like that. Because wasn't the longest flight something around 19 hours? So it's got to have maybe about an hour's worth of extra fuel.
I'm not sure, man.
So the longest flight just happened last year, I think, and that was 19 hours.
No, I don't even. That's the longest flight that ever in history.
Nonstop. The longest nonstop, not in history, but in commercial. So like what we're talking about, like a jumbo jet, that's a commercial jet. So those are something that you could buy a ticket for. And that was 19 hours. So he figures 20 hours worth of fuel?
Dude, that's fucking nuts.
That's fucking crazy, man. But think about it.
Dude, I live by the airport. Dude, we could just roll up there and fucking fuel our shit.
And it doesn't work that way. But still, 4 times around the world? Fuck, man. If you're like a dad with some kids and shit, that's a road trip from hell.
Now you know why the fucking seats are so expensive. How much fuel they're using in these jets, dude.
Right? There's that.
Right? I mean, the fuel cost has to be expensive, dude.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, it's expensive to you and I, but yeah. I mean,
I wonder if there's a gallons associated with this because there has to be a miles. So they're probably giving an average miles per gallon.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
But that's my point is how many gallons is that?
That's a shitload of gallons.
Did you know?
Did you know?
That's what I'm talking about, man.
All right, King, that was cool. What do we got next, man?
Well, we're going to talk about some sports, man. Our sports are a little bit quiet right now. T, that fucking baseball shit's going on.
I know you don't like it.
Yeah,
I know you struggle with that shit.
You know what the bad thing is, though, T?
What's that?
I've been having to watch some fucking baseball because there ain't shit on.
It's slow right now.
It's fucking slow.
It is, because what are you going to fill in the gap with? The NBA is the only one on. What are you filling in the gap with?
Now that it's in the finals, even when it was in the conference finals, there's only a game every day, 1 game a day.
Right.
And even sometimes you can't watch the whole game because the time you get home or whatever it is, so you're sort of fucked.
Yeah, so you're filling in the gap with baseball.
So yeah, I mean, there's NFL shit, but I think it's like we talked pre-show, T. It's just stuff to fill in the NFL network. They got to figure out their existence and justify their existence all year round.
Yeah, they're trying to figure out some kind of drama.
So I think we talked about like stupid stories, like the guy tore his ACL to coach the Packers, shit like that. We're not going to bring that shit up. We're going to wait for some relevant stuff. People are pissed off because guys didn't show up to OTAs.
Some big names didn't show.
Yeah, but you know what, man? That's why they call it voluntary.
Yeah, you and I differ on our opinion
We
on
go
that
through
shit.
this every year.
Yeah, I know. You and I
know what
argue
I mean?
back and forth about that shit.
I'm not talking about our argument. I'm talking about every year there's always this bitching and complaining from the media about guys who don't show up.
There is, but you and I argue about it every year too. We just do.
Okay, but my point is that I'm saying it's really stupid because once the thing starts at the end of July, those guys are there. So, I mean, that's really what it means to be in there. So, again, like I said, there's really not much going on in the NFL. So we'll just talk about the NBA playoffs, T.
All right, let's get into it then. What do we got?
So, well, as from our last show, we were in the Eastern Conference Finals, and now we're in the finals. But looked like Toronto, they completed their sweep. They came back and won 4 games in a row against Milwaukee. And that was a little bit, a lot of people didn't think they would do that, T.
I did. I called it.
Yeah, no, you did.
I called it in our special Patreon version.
No, you did. You're right. And that's pretty good, T. That's a good shot. And Kawhi, basically, he did it and put the team on his back.
He did. He really did. And even hurt, man. I mean, Kawhi's hurt.
Oh, he's banged up big time.
Really bad.
But here's the thing, too, now. So they got into the finals now against Golden State. And everyone's just thinking Golden State, because the way they played against Portland is going to go back and fucking smash these guys. It's like I said, T, Portland was just a bad matchup for them.
Yeah.
They cruised through that.
They did.
And your best player on Portland, Damian Lillard, was hurt.
He was hurt. He couldn't do much.
He couldn't do anything. And you don't have a shot when that happens.
No.
So, and the reality is that the Clippers beat him twice and fucking took him. It was a tough series for him.
That really was.
So, they started the finals and Golden State's down 1-0.
Yeah, that one kind of took me by surprise. I did say Golden State in 5.
Again, it's like I told you, T, the last one. I took anybody coming out of the East because I just know 2 things, that Golden State has played so many games in the last 3 years.
True.
That it's got to catch up to them. The other thing is Durant is still hurt. He hasn't come back yet. And everyone's thinking he's going to do this big Willis Reed thing where he walks out like limping and shit and saves the day. And I don't know if that's going to happen. No,
right now they're saying that the earliest projection for him to even return would be Game 4. So he's not even close. Iguodala, though, is already for Game 2, though. He's been confirmed coming back.
No, I agree. But again, now Iguodala is not 100%.
He's not.
So now you're starting to see these things and these effects of all these games in the last 3 years happen.
Oh, yeah, that armor is chipping big.
Well, it has been, and that's what they talked about, too. Even during the year, these guys had games that they seemingly should have won, and they let just go.
True.
They lost games to Phoenix.
Yeah, they were losing to really bad teams.
Here's another little tidbit for you, T. Toronto and Golden State only play twice a year because they're East and West teams.
Right.
Toronto won both games this year.
That's actually a really good...
Without Marc Gasol.
That's right. Wait a minute, the second one was without?
Without Marc Gasol.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, but I mean, they had Vujovic or whatever the guy was in there, Vukovic, whatever the guy was.
Yeah.
Some kind of itch. But yeah, he was decent.
Put a cream on it.
You know what I mean? So yeah, it wasn't the same as Gasol, but hey man, I mean, it's like I told you, T, anybody's got a shot once they get in there.
That's true. You never know, man.
And sort of the example I gave you was a year that they were beating LeBron, and LeBron came back, and really LeBron was the only thing on the team because Kyrie got hurt.
Yeah, he was hurt.
So there was no one else. It was all role players.
Yeah, he just put him on his back.
And it's the same thing that's happening now with Kawhi.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, I hear the media saying, and before the first game, they have to win the first game or this series is over.
No, they didn't win the first game against Milwaukee.
No, they were right, though, but Milwaukee's not the same team as Golden State.
That's true.
Think about it.
That's true.
So if you lose home court advantage to these guys, you're probably not going to make it to a 7th game because they're going to win at home.
Yeah, but
this format's different.
Yeah.
This is a 2-2-1-1-1.
It is.
Okay, so that now I hear the media saying if they lose the second game, they're not going to make it back. And here's the thing. It seems to me that the media is sort of just looking for excuses for Golden State.
Yeah.
And instead of saying that, just say, hey, look, it's going to be a tough fucking series no matter what happens. And that's what I've been saying the whole time. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, no matter what, it will be a tough series.
It's going to be a tough series, whoever came out.
It's a grind. It really is.
And people just think Golden State, especially for what they did against Portland, is just going to walk all over who came out of the East. And that's just not going to happen. The NBA wouldn't allow it. It's just too much money.
No, they want to extend that series too, like you always say with the conspiracies.
I do believe that.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, they want that money. That's billions of dollars each game. Why not?
It is.
Why not? You know,
all I know is the ones that really win in this whole thing the most are the fans. If you win a free taco from Taco Bell, if the opposing team wins on the home team's court, that's what's nice about it. Everybody wins a free taco.
Yeah, man, but they give you that free taco like in the middle of the day on a fucking Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah, when everybody's at work.
Yeah, and it's not even like lunchtime, T. They do it like 2:30 to 3:30 or something like that. When everyone has to be at work.
And it's all the ones that have been sitting around since the morning.
No, I don't know about that. You know what I mean? But I mean, still, who the fuck goes in there? They probably have this demographic or all these stats of when the slowest time in the whole fucking place is.
Right. The least so likely
we're
for
going to give
somebody
away
to
free shit or slowest time, and maybe that'll boost our revenues.
All right, King, a little off topic, but all right. Have you ever actually redeemed anything like that? You know, a lot of these things, you know, you win a free taco, win a free burrito. There's all those giveaways and stuff, or even on a free, 7-Eleven day and all those crazy shits like that. Have you ever done that?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I've only done it like twice.
No, man, when you go to the Laker games and they don't score 100, you get free tacos.
Oh.
Jack in the Box, you just show them your ticket stub.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, I've been to a couple Laker games. I just never noticed that.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I've never cashed in any of that stuff. I know that, you know, me, I'm a big hockey guy, so I go to the Kings game. And if they score within the last minute of the second period, you win a free McFlurry. They call it McFlurry Minute. And I can't tell you how many times I've been, you know, there when they did that. I just never cashed it in.
Yeah, no, I mean, I used to go to a lot of Clipper games because one of my buddies, his daughter used to work for them, and I used to get some tickets. Wasn't a big Clipper fan, but hey, tickets were really good.
Tickets are tickets.
And same thing, you know, if they won or they scored 100 first or whatever it was, you get these coupons when you walk out the door for a free burger from Carl's or whatever else. Fuck
nice.
Yeah, I redeem that shit.
Oh, I like Carl's, though. That's pretty nice.
Here's another thing I want to talk about before we get off sports.
Yeah.
Drake.
Oh, come on. They got to do something about that. I don't care who you are. I don't care what your status is, who you are. I don't give a rat's ass. You shouldn't be allowed to act like an idiot like that and then try to square up against another player. It looked like he was trying to square up against Curry. Like when they went chest to chest and everything like that.
Okay, you know that they're boys, right?
I know that. He's got a tattoo of him on.
Yeah. No. Not but just more than that. You know they hang out.
You know, I know that, but still, I mean, just the fact that he's doing those antics, that's fucking childish. That's stupid.
Well, they were just talking about that to you, and I'm just going to give you the take that was on the radio, and I sort of agree with it.
What's that?
It's sort of like, hey, you know what? It's a fucking game. It isn't like this guy's going into an emergency room and telling a doctor how to operate on somebody. It's a fucking game.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Let me finish.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you're ready to jump in, dude.
Yeah,
Let me finish.
Yeah. Piss me off.
But again, you know, yeah, and what they're saying is at some point the NBA embraced this. They want this.
Oh, it's too late for them now.
I'll go ahead and keep finishing.
Go ahead.
They want these. I was gonna say like actors and actresses, but I'll just say entertainers around their sport, around these, you know, these athletes, around everything else, and that's why they put them so close on the court side, and that's why they make it so available. And the reality is, those tickets really aren't available to the public.
They aren't,
because you know what, man, you have to make a call to get those seats, and they're so fucking expensive. Who the fuck's gonna pay for it? Except entertainers or whoever else. And this is sort of what the media want, or the NBA wants. And the media sort of spins it again to make it seem like it's whatever else. But now here's sort of the conversation they had today. The NBA was sort of getting into that old boys type of thing where it's the way it is. It should be like that, like baseball. And they're trying to change. They're more of a hip hop culture sport.
They are.
And you have a guy basically who's backing his team, who a lot of guys, and I'll talk about that in a minute, but he's backing his team, his basketball team. And yeah, he's doing these things, but I don't think the NBA is going to say shit to him. But now you got all these people screaming that why are they letting him do this? The reality is it's sort of good because what's happening? He's trolling everybody. Everybody who's making comments about what he's doing, he's taking the heat off his team. And he's not sitting there doing antics that are way out of bounds. He's not like doing anything that's going to get him arrested or anything like that. But I mean, he's sort of taking some of the heat off of his team, bro.
Okay, now let me. Okay, I don't fully disagree with that. But my big thing is, if that was you or I doing that shit, what would happen to us? We would be escorted in a heartbeat.
And that's why I just said it's sort of the elite level of people in that circle.
But that's a hypocrisy. That's fucking bullshit. This isn't a circus, okay?
It is.
You can jump up and down. You can be
circus.
excited. You could be excited. You could jump up and down. But the fact when you're walking out on the court or you're touching somebody, you don't fucking put your hands on me. I don't give a fuck who you are. Don't put your hands on me.
That's
okay?
you.
I don't know. No,
but,
because
right. I'm just saying, though, those guys didn't have a problem with it. You listen to Draymond. Draymond saying, I don't know why the media is making a big deal about it. Like if me and this guy were going to have an issue.
Okay, that's Draymond, which is a different kind of cat.
This is great.
Draymond's a different kind of cat. Draymond's
same with Steph. Steph said the same thing. There's no issue here. This is good fun, guys. He goes, we're just talking smack.
But this ain't street ball, man.
It is, dude.
It isn't.
And that's my point. When you have your two biggest stars saying there's no problem,
when you're paying
why
that
is it
much
a problem
money, it's
to
not
anybody
street
else?
Ball. When you're paying,
Who's paying that money?
When you're paying that kind of money to watch, okay?
Okay, but the people that are complaining are the ones watching on TV.
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
Not
you
necessarily.
don't see people in Toronto screaming about this.
Not Toronto. No, of course not. Because
then that's where it is. Then don't
because Drake's their son.
Of course.
Okay, but anywhere else around the NBA,
they're not there.
You don't see other entertainers acting a fool like that.
If that's what you want to call it, T, that's your opinion. But my point is the NBA has allowed it and cultivated it. It's not going to stop. It's only going to get worse.
That's the problem.
My point. To who? We're not NBA fans, purist fans, to sit there and say, hey, don't change the game like that.
I didn't say don't change the game. I just said don't let an idiot act like an idiot on the fucking sideline.
This is how the NBA wants it. Because they want that draw. They want more than just a fan to watch. The NFL has people at all points watching the game, whether they know about the sport, whether the Super Bowl has so many people that even watch it, never watch a football game all year, right?
Yeah.
The NBA sort of wants that appeal.
Well, every sport wants that.
Of course, because it's about money.
Right.
But how else are they going to get it? I guarantee you if fucking Jay-Z and Beyonce were fucking doing shit, screaming, jumping on the court, fucking getting technical foul, they'd be happy for Brooklyn. They would. They're not going to fucking sweat them.
Brooklyn would be happy for Brooklyn.
The NBA is happy. The NBA is not jamming this guy up.
Okay, but you don't see
the NBA coming out saying, hey, dude, you can't do this no more.
Actually, they did.
Again, T.
They had to have a talk with him.
Again, T, that's the media saying that.
Those are guys that actually have sources, unlike you and I.
No, I understand, T, but if it was that big a deal, the NBA would have made the statement public.
Not true.
Absolutely
not
true.
Necessarily.
Because they want to save their face.
No.
They're not looking to save their face. This guy, okay, if they had a talk with him, they had a talk with him before the last game.
Yeah, that's when they had to talk with him.
Before the first game of the finals.
Yes, that's when they had to talk with him.
After or before?
No, before.
Right, and he still did all that shit. He still did all the stuff you talked about, squaring up, doing all that, doing all these things, wearing a Del Curry jersey, signed Del Curry jersey. He did all those things. He was the same self on the sideline, but nothing was said after game one from the NBA. That's my point. That's my point.
Still doesn't make it, like, for me, it still doesn't make excuses. I don't like it. I'm just saying for me personally, but I don't like it.
That's like saying, okay, I don't like the ways McDonald's makes their fries. It doesn't matter.
No.
It doesn't matter.
Here's the
what we
reason
think.
why, and nobody's fucking
you just
talking.
Don't have to buy it.
No, here's the reason why, and this is what nobody's talking about. Okay, you and I talked about earlier in the show on a different episode. Okay, we talked about what happened in Utah when you got that fan screaming racist shit. When ordinary people that are not entertainers, that are not privileged like Drake is, when they see a celebrity doing that, that makes them feel entitled to be able to do stupid shit as well. Okay? And now you're opening up the door for stupidity. And now you're going to have to deal with a lot more of that stupidity.
Whether it is or not, T, I just don't think that those two things really cross there, the racism thing or whatever else.
No,
and
I'm talking about an entitlement.
No, well, you talked about racism and you talked about that issue, and that guy was completely out of bounds.
He was.
That was more racially driven.
It was.
Which I still don't think it was.
But it's his antics is what I'm saying, the antics, acting like an idiot.
And this is what we even talked about that guy. This is what the NBA wants. They want their fans.
They're going to get another Ron Artest type of situation.
We were talking about that because I watched that documentary, T.
Yeah.
It's never going to stop. Their fans are too close.
That's the problem.
Well, but they're not going to change it, T.
But that's what I'm saying. They're stupid.
They're not stupid.
Idiots.
They're making billions of dollars.
You'll still make billions.
They are, and they're making more.
Okay, where are the fans in correlation to the field for football?
That's not the point.
Yes, it is.
No, we're not. It's apples to oranges.
They're so close. It is.
It's apples to oranges. Because you can't have that kind of interaction on the sideline. It's not the NBA, T. It's not the same kind of game.
But the NFL tries to minimize any interaction.
No.
They try to minimize it.
Because of injury, T.
No, because you never know what's going to happen, too.
No, they don't allow people on the sideline because guys can get hurt. Those fucking guys come off that fucking field.
I'm talking interaction, okay?
Yeah, and so am I. That's what I'm saying.
I'm not talking just a dude on the sideline. I'm saying any kind of interaction. They try to limit that.
But that's my point in the game, T. This is during a game. There's guys within 5 feet of these players. The NBA knows that. In the NFL, that could never happen because the regular person can't get that close for injury reasons. It's too risky for the NFL in lawsuits. They allow people on the field, but they put them like from the 10-yard line to the end zone where there's less action. Because all that shit in the middle, it's like you even see coaches getting fucking plowed over.
Yeah,
they get fucked up.
Yeah.
These guys are going fast, dude. It's fucking insane. People can't react, especially if you're having a conversation or something on the sideline. Someone gets wiped out. You've seen that too, where like lady reporters.
Yeah.
I saw one college lady last year get wiped out.
Yeah.
Dude. So that's more the thing with the NFL.
No, but
and I understand. But okay, think of this: if you took away the glass from hockey, how close are those people? But the glass is for safety, not just for the players, but for the people, right? It keeps the puck from hitting them.
Well, yes,
absolutely.
Yes, but actually the glass plays a part in so it's like a court. I mean, the glass actually plays a part in that, so it's a little different. Back in the day, there was no arena and they played on a lake. Like the pond hockey.
Yeah, there wasn't. They did this to save the people because people are always going to get smacked by the puck, dog. You can't catch it. It's not like even like a foul ball.
All right, so something that I don't know if you saw the other day, that little girl get hit with a baseball.
No, I do, T, but understand, too, that baseball has stretched those fucking nets out every year. So they're trying. At some point, it's going to be enclosed like Japan.
That's what I was just going to say. Japan is fully enclosed except for one section. Those are apples
to oranges because you can't get really hurt in basketball. The only way you can get hurt in basketball, a guy runs you over.
Somebody get plowed.
Yeah. You know, and it happens sometimes.
But my point is you're going to end up with another Ron Artest type of situation.
Possibly, but that's what the NBA is saying. They're taking that risk on to get that viewership and that fan base.
I don't think it's smart. That's all my point is. I don't think that's smart. I think that's the wrong direction to take.
It doesn't really matter what we think because they're making money doing it, even with the Ron Artest thing, even with these other issues that they've had.
Yeah, I know, but lawsuits, things like that, it's a big risk.
Yeah, it's just like
a big risk, man.
Big risk or not, they're not going to slow down. They're making money and their model's making money.
I think they're setting a bad precedence.
For what? For the NBA?
Yeah. I think they're setting a bad precedence because, like I said, any fucking knucklehead's going to feel entitled thinking that I bought a ticket, I can do whatever the fuck I want. Look at Drake.
Yeah, I think that's your opinion. I don't necessarily agree with that because...
No, when you get a couple beers in people...
No,
they start acting like that, and that's the first thing that comes out of their mouth.
I understand, but here's the other thing too, T, that you're really not getting to is that the seats that are typically lower cost so much money that the average thug can't buy it. So the only guys that are going to do it are guys that are sort of, I mean, even though shit happens, but you look at the guy who fucking did the Ron Artest shit. This guy was a businessman.
Yeah.
It's the only way you get down there.
Okay,
those tickets are too fucking expensive.
Was it last year during the finals over there in Golden State at their arena? One of the guys got into it, two fans, and they were in the low bowl. They were close to the floor. And they look like business guys. Two like average.
Again, but that's what they're going to get, T, just because they have the interaction with the fans. I mean, think of it this way, right? There's just say what's in the lower bowl? 10,000 people? That's 10,000 personalities. Some of them might be a little bit off, bro. Right? People might be off mentally. So thinking that, yeah, I mean, it's just the odds. But that's what the NBA is taking the risk on.
It's a big risk. That's all I'm saying. This is a big risk.
Well, I mean, they've been doing pretty good for the last 20 years, so I think they're doing all right. Thinking how many number of games and how many arenas each year. Think of it that way. It's thousands. You know, and they really don't, you know.
I don't know. They don't really publish stats on how many times security has to deal with people, too.
No, right. But there's so much media and so much TV cameras at every game that if something significant happened, it would be there. If there was some interaction with a player, it's on ESPN. It's all over the place.
True.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's just not out there too much. So, all right, we're going to close that up, T. But, yeah, it was a good conversation. Go Drake. You fucking dumbass.
Fuck you, Drake.
Yeah, exactly. But, hey, man, here's the thing, too, man, right? This guy's a little wishy-washy, though, T.
He is.
He's got like 6 favorite teams for football.
Dude, he's just like Bieber.
Yeah.
It's a fucking Canadian
right.
thing.
Oh, you know what? Here's the other thing I was going to tell you, dude. They just said right now this dude's the kiss of death.
He is.
So they were talking about all the guys that he fucking repped.
Yeah.
Conor McGregor. He walked up with Conor McGregor before he got his ass beat against Khabib. The other day, they're just talking about this guy, Anthony Joshua, last night, lost his heavyweight title. This guy had 3 belts. He was supposed to fight a guy, got a fill-in guy, Ruiz or something.
Yeah.
On 4 or 5 weeks' notice. That guy Ruiz knocked him out in the 7th round last night.
Doesn't it happen like that all the time?
But Drake posed with him on the 31st with a picture.
Exactly. He is the kiss of death.
He's the kiss of death,
just
dog.
like Justin Bieber. Every fucking time you see him dude, how many times are you going to see that guy in the locker room?
Kawhi, I'm just sitting there shaking my head thinking,
yo, bro, get away from me.
Well, it's too late.
It is.
It's too late.
It is.
I mean, right? Fuck. Anyways,
that's a good point, though. I forgot about that. You're right. He is, though.
Man. Yeah, let's close that up, T, man. Let's go ahead and get into our next spot.
All right.
Yeah, well, we're going to go ahead and get into some what the fuck news.
What?
What the fuck?
What?
See, dude, we don't even get our intro from Dr. X. Dude.
No, he's not going to give it to us.
That's all right. We don't need it.
That's
dude.
fine. We don't need it.
Exactly. We'll bring in Uncle Rico, dog. He's going to have some better shit.
All right, so what do we got for what the fuck news?
Well, we got some crazy shit today, T. You know, we didn't talk about it the last couple episodes. We're gonna bring up our what the fuck again, but the first story's a little bit weird, man.
Well, what kind?
It's a little bit fucking disturbing, bro. It's in Alabama. It's not a funny story. It's a serious story, man.
Anything with Alabama, fucking just gonna.
Dude, what in the fuck are they doing? They just passed a law for abortion that basically makes it illegal for anyone to have an abortion or to practice abortion, even in the cases of incest or rape.
Okay.
What the fuck are they doing there?
So, for those of you who have been listening to the show for a while, you know, RW King and I, we don't get political on the show. We try to stay apolitical on the show. We don't really get into this. So, there is a little bit of politics behind this, but what we're trying to cover for this is trying to do it without the politics built into this. Because this really is fucking crazy.
I know, and I don't want to fucking talk about it. You know what I mean? But this is fucking stupid. Kay Ivy's an idiot.
Yes.
She's fucking stupid, and this is exactly what we talk about with these people with their special interest. Something's behind the scenes here.
Okay.
Because you just can't do this. She's doing it for something.
Okay, so, of course, you know, it's all politics. It really is. You know, I mean, obviously, there's the religious portion of it that says, obviously, if you're a Christian in this country, you're against abortion. But this has to do with politics. This really has to do with they have a Supreme Court that is overly conservative now because of Trump. And now what they're doing is, this is ridiculous. They know that this is ridiculous, but what they want this to do is they want this to go all the way up to the Supreme Court to challenge it because they're trying to overturn Roe v. Wade. And that's what this is all about. And now we got other fucking states jumping on. You got Georgia, you got Ohio, figures, fucking Ohio.
Dude,
don't get me fucking started on Ohio again.
Dude, fuck. All right, man. Fuck.
Oh my God, I didn't even tell you about Ohio and Peru. Oh my God. Anyway, but they're doing this shit and they're just trying to get it up to the Supreme Court so that they can get their conservative judges to overrule this. But what they aren't counting on, what they're not banking on, is the lower courts. They are going to uphold, or they're going to strike this down, and it's not even going to get that far. It's not going to hit the Supreme Court.
What the fuck?
Exactly.
This is ridiculous.
This is ridiculous. But this is taking a different approach.
So now, okay, I was listening to a podcast or a YouTube with this fucking idiot, right? The redneck dude or whatever it was. And he was making good points, dude. It's like some raging...
Oh, the liberal redneck.
Liberal redneck,
That
dude.
dude's fucking hilarious. I love that guy.
Yeah, exactly. So I was listening to his rant on this thing, and he was talking about, you know, man, there's so many things, but he says, like, fuck, these young women have to go, I mean, that have these issues and things happen, and these accidents happen, who don't want to carry these children are just going out of state to do it.
Right, but now there's a clause for that.
What is it now?
If they're going out of state to get it done and they get caught doing it, they're facing jail time.
See, this is crazy. And then the penalty for a doctor performing an abortion is what? Did you hear that?
Yeah.
99 years.
99 years. Now, that's what I was going to get into.
Dude, what the fuck are they doing?
So that's why I said this is a little bit of a different approach than past approaches. They're going after the doctors now. Before, the doctors were kind of like just left out of the whole thing. But now they're going after the doctors, not so much the women that are having it, you know? But again, everybody likes to say, you know what, it's always, it's old white men that are fucking doing this.
Well, no, but I know, but the one that did it was Kay Ivey.
Right. She's the governor. She signed
it. Dr. X, play that song for Kay Ivey that I picked.
Which one is that?
You are a cunt.
I love that, man. Yeah.
Yes, she is.
Yeah, exactly. No. You know what I mean? But I mean, come on, dude. She can't be doing this shit.
She did, but it's going to get struck down.
Okay, look, I know we're men and everything else, but I mean, women have been fighting for their rights and things to do for so long, and this just sort of jacked it all up, right?
No,
and it's hurt this too.
Okay,
it did hurt this too.
It did, but it didn't, because it's going to get struck down. Now, here's the thing, though: 70% of voters, just voters in general, are against this. 70%. It doesn't matter what party line you're on. 70% of people out there are against this.
Yeah. Well, fuck. Obviously,
but that just goes to show you what the temperature of the country is on this issue.
Yeah, see, and that's a point to me, man, where this is where our system breaks down. And I know we're going to get into politics, but how the fuck, when you're saying that, does a governor or a senator or somebody like that have the power to push something through like this when all they're saying is, I'm putting the vote for my contingents? Right?
And they don't
want
want
the voice of my contingents.
And they don't want it.
Get the fuck out of here.
Exactly.
You're the voice of yourself.
It is, and your own interest.
And that's exactly what it is. Something greasing your fucking pocket or greasing your ass.
Right.
That's all it is.
You know, they're fucking disgusting. All these people are fucking disgusting. You know?
I mean, the reality is, man, they need to get their fucking head and their ass wired together and fucking figure this shit out because they got their head stuffed too far up their fucking ass.
Well, just leave it the fuck alone, because what's going to happen is if you try to force these women to carry this shit, you know, Alabama's already has some of the worst poverty. They have the out of 52
lowest? States, they're like 51 in schooling. They're so far down in their rankings and the way their public schools
they're last in schooling.
They're horrible.
They're horrible.
And now you're going to do something like this?
So the argument,
get the fuck out of here.
for this shit is, well, then if they don't want it, they can put the baby up for adoption. Do you know how many babies already are in the foster care system in Alabama? It's fucking crazy.
It's
just going to get worse.
And these are the people running that state.
Yeah. This is how fucking ass backwards they are.
Yeah. You know what, man? It amazes me how fucking people are allowed to do shit like this.
Yeah.
And they're actually in a government position.
When they should not be.
A governor is a powerful position.
Yeah.
Oh, this lady, man, I'm telling you, man. But
this fucking state is a joke.
And look, man, I know we went a little bit long in the story, T, and this is only going to be the only one we do for the What the Fuck news, and this is going to close us out. But we just need to touch again and make sure that we're not condoning anything that's going on with this or anything else. We're just making sure we're putting it out there for you guys. We have our opinions.
Yeah.
And there are opinions. You guys could have your own opinions to get back at us, man.
Yeah.
Let us know how this is a touchy subject.
And we respect your opinions.
And not just that, too, but a lot of people out there have dealt with this. Guys, you've had to deal with this, some of you guys at some point.
Yeah.
It's affected you, actually, you've touched it. So, guys, if you got an opinion or you got something to say about it, call us up, let us know. We won't even put you on the show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We don't got no problems, guys. Even ladies, you want to come on the show?
Say it.
Just bring it, man. We're all for it.
You know, don't hide in the fucking shadows.
No way, man. And again, T, you know, we just got to give props to ladies, man.
Yeah, I know.
You know
it's
what
fucking
I mean? It's
crazy.
Great, you know, and I love it. Man.
It's crazy, you know, and we when we started this and we envisioned this, it was a man show, you know, it was strictly for the guys. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, we got all these ladies that are listening to this and they're loving it. They're giving us great feedback.
No, it is, man. It's just blowing.
You know?
Hey, we got to get some lady gear.
Oh, yeah, we're going to have
Yeah,
to.
because our T-shirts are like, you know.
They're all guy gear.
Yeah, you know, we got some lady cuts or something.
Yeah,
right?
for sure. You know, we'll reach out to our guy and have him, you know.
Yeah, give him some props again, Doug.
Oh, Ray's fucking awesome, man. Everybody, I'm gonna put a link to his.
Don't forget George, man.
George is fucking awesome for doing the logo and all the artwork. Ray's doing all the printing. You know, I'm gonna put a thing on the website that has a link. We'll put in the show notes a link to his company, and you guys check him out.
Yeah, you know, so we're going to do some things even at the end of this show to give away some more gear for you guys, but there's going to be some things popping up. We're already planning, man. We're thinking about maybe dropping we're going to drop a t-shirt bomb or something, maybe like 50 shirts. First 50 guys that send a get back at us are going to get, all they have to send is like $1 for postage and you get a free shirt.
Ooh.
So we're going to call it a t-shirt bomb.
That's a big bomb.
You know what I mean? So yeah, there's going to be a lot of stuff for you guys out there, man.
That's a bunker buster.
Yeah, we want to get you guys some of our gear, man.
Yeah. Fuck, $1? Why not?
Yeah, exactly. I'll take $1 for a shirt.
Right.
Yeah, send me $1. All right, yeah, no worries, man.
There you go.
Yeah. And in reality, postage is like $1.95.
Yeah.
So we're just splitting the cost with you.
Exactly,
That's how we're doing,
you know.
yeah. But, you know, hey, our producer said we had to recoup something. Why do you even have a bit in that?
Fuck, man.
All right, T, let's go ahead and talk about our entertainment now and follow up with our John Wick from last week, bro.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Can't wait for this one. This was you as a canary in the movie theater.
Well, yeah, but T, you sort of messed me up, man.
Nah, you messed us all up anyway. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, the plan was for us to go together, T.
That was the plan.
Yeah, but then you said, oh, my wife wanted to go see it, so
I don't even start with that.
So I had to go by myself, T. I needed some help. You made me go by myself.
I told you to take Dr. X.
Yeah, but I told you dude, no.
I told you he'd keep you awake.
Yeah, I know, but no, dude, no. Anyway, so long story short, I ended up seeing it. Had to pay somebody off by buying him a Coke to keep me awake in the fucking movie theater. Stranger danger. Yeah, there was a nice young couple.
Yeah, did it keep you awake?
Yeah.
Did he smack you in the head?
No, he just gave me a little shove.
I would have smacked you
Because
right
there
in
was
the head.
some
Hey,
slow
buddy.
parts in that fucking movie. But let's get to it, T, and talk about it.
All right.
Let's review your John Wick 3 review.
All right, let's get into this. So, it opens up right where it left off on the second one, right? Right, we know that.
Yeah, no, basically, it ends where, you know, I mean, it starts where it ends last time,
Right.
and he's running through everything, trying to get everything set up before that clock strikes 0, and he's done, you know, excommunicado, whatever it is. So he's trying to get everything done and get himself fixed. He got shanked by a little bit. Boban was in that movie. Probably acted better in the movie than he did all year with the Sixers. But I'm just saying, you know, there's a lot of people in that movie.
There was a lot of people in that
A
movie.
lot of action in the movie, T. I mean,
The body count, man. That's what was surprising to me was the body count.
Well, I mean, I think that's really what they're looking at, you know, and I think what's happened is, and there was some stats that came out and we looked at it, that the third movie has already grossed more inside the theater than the first two combined.
Yeah.
And I think the reason for that, and my thought on that, is that I don't think there was a big following in the beginning. I think people almost looked at it like we talked the Equalizer, stuff like that. And now this shit came out in the movies, on TV, and people got nothing to do on the weekend. Okay, fuck it, I'll watch John Wick. It's pretty good.
Yeah. And
then the second one came out pretty much right behind it on TV. It was pretty quick.
it was pretty quick.
So they watched that one. They're like, fuck, this shit's pretty decent.
Yeah.
Fuck it, I'm gonna go to the movies and see the third one.
Let's go see the third.
And that's, I think, sort of what's getting this thing rolling, T. That's my opinion. Because it doesn't make sense how the third one is really more than the first two ones. In my opinion, I think the first two John Wicks are much better stories than the third one.
No, you're right about that. You know, this one kind of seemed like it was more of a setup to another one because the fourth one is already being confirmed. It almost seems like it's leading up to something, you know?
Well, it almost felt like you said, T, it was just sort of where the other one left off, and it was just like one continuous fight scene.
Yeah.
You know, and there was really no other really story behind it.
Right.
It was just all about him trying to fucking kill everybody and stay alive kind of thing.
Just to stay alive. That was it.
Yeah.
You know, and that's pretty much the premise of the movie was trying to stay alive. and he was trying to get himself back into the good graces so that he could stay alive.
No, absolutely. There were some things, some twists, some things that we spoke about pre-show, and like the desert scene when he's walking through the desert like kung fu and shit like that. How all that shit rolled out was a little weird.
That was weird. It didn't seem to fit.
Well, he was in what is the name of the Continental? Is the name of the hotel?
Yeah,
so he was in the Continental Morocco when all that shit went down.
Right. And that was with Halle Berry.
Yeah, Halle Berry.
She was the proprietor of the Continental over there.
Correct. Her dogs were badass, bro.
Oh, those dogs are badass.
Her dogs were badass.
With a bulletproof vest?
Yeah, when that dude shot her dog, she got pissed. Oh, she fucking shot him up. She fucked him up.
She shot him in the leg because she was going to kill him, remember? And John Wick told her not to.
Yeah. But remember, the dog bit his nuts off.
Yeah.
His fucking nuts were all bloody.
Yeah, he's got white pants on, too.
Those dogs were badass.
They were. Dude. But I love John Wick's line in that part because she goes, he shot my dog. And John Wick's, I can relate.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the premise of it. So, there was some parts that kind of dragged, to your point. But overall, I thought it was pretty awesome, man. The guys from the little sushi bar were pretty badass.
Yeah, no, the sushi crew made the deal there. The main sushi chef, whoever that guy is, really did good. I'll be honest, though, there was something that was missing to me. And if you watch the first 2 episodes, you really know who I'm talking about. But Jimmy wasn't in this movie.
The first 2 episodes?
First 2 movies. Jimmy.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Jimmy wasn't in there. So that's why I was like, fuck, I thought they were going to keep this guy rolling in there somehow.
Yeah,
you know what
I mean?
Right.
But he was missing.
He wasn't in there. So Jimmy was a cop who kept coming up to John Wick every time there was an issue.
John,
are you working again?
You working again?
Just working some things out, Jimmy. All right, have a good night, John.
Yeah.
And he sees dead bodies on the floor and shit, and he walks away. He's a cop.
The second one.
Oh, you have a gas leak?
Yeah. Fucking Jimmy was the best part.
Yeah.
I love that guy.
Yeah, Jimmy was a New York cop.
This.
He was a New York cop who kept getting called out to John Wick's house for all these disturbances.
And he knows who Wick is.
Yeah, so he's not going to fuck with him. You don't want to die.
Yeah, exactly.
So basically, it just keeps rolling. But the other thing is that there's the influx of a new character, and I don't even remember the character's name other than Adjudicant.
That's it. I mean, I don't even remember a name.
Yeah, but it's that person who's pansexual. She plays in a show that I watch all the time on Showtime called Billions, and her name on there is called Taylor Mason.
Yeah.
And I was telling T before the show that I knew she was in there, but I didn't know she played that big a role. And the first season on Billions, they sort of made it so no one really knew what sex she was, because she looks like a dude but sort of looks like a chick.
Right.
So that was sort of the first season, and we were talking about that. I mean, obviously they're saying they're obviously making her out to be a woman in this, right? You agree with that?
Yeah, no, you can tell that she's a woman. It's just she's more of a asexual type woman where she's neutral.
Yeah, whatever it is. She got really short hair, you know what I mean? But yeah, it just messed me up, T, because they were showing like the intro to her when she got out of the car. She's walking, her legs look pretty hot. You know, she's walking up with her boots on, and they pan up, and it's her. I thought it was Halle Berry in the beginning. So I was sitting there like rubbing it a little bit, getting a little bit of chubby.
Speaking of which, so why don't you tell everybody what you were telling me about Halle Berry and that, how you felt about her?
Well, no, I just, you asked me, hey, man, Halle Berry looked hot. Yeah, her body's hot. Her body's hot as fuck.
I think she looks great for her age.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, for her age, she's fine. They really didn't show much cleavage. They didn't really show much skin on her.
No.
But I'd still like to unwrap the package. You know what I mean? But absolutely. But the first thing I noticed is her nose looked a little fucked up. And then what you told me was that she got her nose smashed in some other movie.
Yeah.
And had some plastic surgery. But I think they went a little awry on that, bro. Because it seemed a little bit short, man. It looked a little bit beakish.
I think what you were telling me is she got a little bit of a Michael Jackson treatment.
Well, that's what it looked like. So I don't know if that was a result of what happened to her, or she just said, hey, you're going in there anyway, man, do me up.
I think they just overdid her.
Whatever it was. Yeah, I think they did too. But if you look at, there's a couple like really close-up profile shots.
Yeah.
And there's like a little hook on the end of her nose.
Did you see those weird tattoos that they have on her in the movie?
Well, that's what I couldn't figure out too, dude. Yeah, I didn't know if it was a tattoo or like a scar from the fight.
No, those were tats.
Because remember in the first episode when she came out, it was sort of dark in that office or that room. Remember, and the dogs were barking.
Scene, yeah.
So you really couldn't even really see good. And then they started, and right after that, they came out fighting.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck, is that fucking collateral damage from the fight? Is that a tattoo? I don't know.
Yeah, well, then they zoom in later on, and that's when you could tell that they were tattoos.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
But everybody seemed to have tattoos in there, right?
Yeah, a lot of people did.
Yeah, because the adjudicant had a fucking...
The adjudicant on her neck.
Yeah, she had a adjudicant on her neck.
Yeah.
Crazy bitch.
Yeah, no, that was crazy.
Yeah, so I mean, again, to me, TH, it was just like a fucking, here we go, man. Just this guy's got to stay alive. They really didn't work on a better story.
The plot was a little weak.
Yeah, I thought that 1 and 2, the stories were really, really good.
Although this did end with a really good plot twist. You know?
Well, basically, it just set it up for another movie, right?
It did, and they've already confirmed, like I said, they already confirmed.
And they're going to keep doing that because the following's getting big now.
It's just growing. It's going crazy.
Right.
I think what was kind of cool, too, about this, before we wrap this thing up, is the other thing that I thought was kind of neat is all those people that helped him at some point during the second movie, they were all getting, targeted by the high table. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, no, you're right. And not just that, but the high table knows everything.
Everything. Every little detail these guys know.
Even the doctor, right? The doctor that helped him.
Yeah.
He stopped working on him at the time. He stopped at that time.
Right.
So once that time hit, that clock hit 0, he's trying to get the doctor's like, I can't help you, John. I got 5 minutes, fucker. Sew me up.
Yeah.
I got 5 minutes. Sew me up.
But then what happens? He kind of helps him, sort of.
Because he told him where the medicine was.
And he said they'll know.
Fucking shoot me, dog.
Shot him twice.
Yeah, but it was perfect when he's like telling me right here, not boom, he shoots him before he's done.
Before he's even done.
Yeah, right here, don't nick my collarbone.
Right, bam. Yeah, exactly.
Good luck, John. Yeah, all right, man. Yeah, so I thought it was pretty good. Now the other thing and the last thing I want to talk about before we get done with this, why is this never brought up? How the fuck or why the fuck do they let Keanu Reeves run like that?
Oh, he looks old.
No, he runs like a fucking gorilla.
He does.
Or he runs like a baby giraffe just out of the mama. Like he doesn't know how to run, dude. His legs are going all over the place.
Well, he's a tall dude.
Whatever, bro.
He's tall.
Look at him when he runs. He looks funky.
He's just running awkward because he's so tall, I think.
Whatever, dude. They got to work with this guy.
That and the guy's fucking 50 years old.
Okay, bro, but still work on some form.
Well, okay. I mean, if you ever watch Tom Cruise run, that dude runs really fucking weird.
I don't want to watch any Tom Cruise movies.
I know, but if you ever see him run, he doesn't know how to run. He runs all fucked up.
I'm just saying, well, that's another fucked up dude because I don't watch his movies, but I'm just saying, dude, fucking learn how to run. That's all I'm saying. Seriously, folks, watch this fucking guy run.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy. Like, well, dude, what is he doing? What's he trying to do? It's almost like he's trying to dance when he runs. It's a little weird, man.
Yeah. So, all right. So, what's your take on the movie overall, though?
All right, man. So for me, I mean, what I'm going to do for you, T, and I'm going to put this into perspective, is I'm going to rate all the movies.
Okay.
That's going to put it into a little better perspective for me, right? For me, obviously, John Wick 1, solid 8.5 out of 10. I thought it was a very good movie, top-notch movie when it came out. 2, to me, just a hair below, solid 8. But this one, I'm going to give it a little bit less than that, T. I'm a little bit tough scoring, T. 9s and 10s to me are the Bravehearts, the Gladiators, the movies, the Shawshanks, the ones that are up in the upper echelon. I just don't give 9s and 10s like everybody else. But I'm going to give this a 7.5 or an 8. I just didn't see any story plot. I think the action was great. But one thing we did talk about, T, and one thing that I did notice in this movie, I felt that the fights looked more choreographed. Because there was so much more killing, I think. These guys were almost standing there waiting to get killed.
Yeah, it looked like it was over choreographed.
Correct. Where in the last couple movies, it was just action and it was sort of natural how it sort of had happened.
Yeah, you're right about that.
You know what I mean? So,
right
he's fighting 4 and 5 guys every fucking time in this movie. At some point, these other guys just standing there waiting to get killed. You know what I mean? There's a little bit of a pause. 1 or 2 seconds makes a difference in real life.
It does.
You know what I mean? So that's what I noticed.
Yeah.
But right. I still think the movie was good. I think the influx of new people and new actors and new things is really good. I think the twist with Winston and the concierge, the dog.
Well played, sir.
The dog makes the fucking show.
The dog, yep.
Sort of reminded me of my baby when I get home, and he just wants to kiss me and hug me. Remember when he's licking on John Wick and he wouldn't stop and John Wick's trying to talk?
Are you a dog person?
Remember when John Wick's trying to talk and the fucking dog just licking him when he saw him?
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, they'll see you now up in the executive lounge. You know what I mean? He's like,
exactly.
okay, he fucking had to push the dog off him. The dog's still licking him and shit. Same thing, man. I dug that part, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
again, to really good series. I hope that the number 4, they put a little bit more effort into the storyline. But here, T, they might just be thinking this is the formula to make money. Because it's about pleasing the public.
It is.
So maybe they're saying, okay, this was the feedback they got, the fight scenes. And, I mean, the proof's in the pudding, right? Now, we talked about why this is a bigger grosser than the first 2, but maybe that's one of the reasons is the fight scenes.
I think so. I mean, look, you and it wasn't on this show, but you and I talked about what was that Marvel movie, Black Panther? You know, the big hype over that. I didn't understand why the big hype. I didn't think it was that great of a movie, but everybody hyped it and loved it.
Right, I agree.
It's that formula, man. I mean, it's that formula.
Yeah, no, and you're basically hitting the, you know what they say, you're the least offensive to the greatest number of people.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, that's equals sales.
Yeah.
But, you know, like just touching on Black Panther a little bit, the movie was a really good movie. The story just wasn't that good.
The story was super weak.
Yeah, I mean, the graphics were good, the characters were good, everything was good. The story sort of sucked.
Exactly.
There wasn't anything hanging there.
There wasn't.
You sort of knew it was building up to a very easy to figure out story.
But look at how big it was. It smashed.
No, exactly. And the same with John Wick. That's sort of what we're talking about.
Yeah, that's my point.
You know, maybe that's it. Maybe that's what they think, or maybe that is the recipe.
That's probably the recipe.
You know what I mean?
You know,
but
I
for
think
me,
we've seen it.
If it's going to go and keep going this way, I'm probably going to start rating it a little bit lower and lower because I like a storyline with it, T.
I do too.
You know, the first 2 were really good.
The first 2 had a really strong storyline.
You know, and that's sort of like, I'm going to throw it out too, man. And we'll do it at some point too, but the Equalizer 2 was the same thing. Number 1 was good.
That had a weaker storyline too.
Yeah.
I was so disappointed. I saw that in the theater.
Yeah, because they're just looking at, to me, almost at this point, they're just looking to cash in on that extra fucking movie.
That's all it is.
And it's like, guys, don't
It's
fill
a
it
money
in with
grab.
yeah, so
It's a money grab. Now, for me, the first one is a 9. You know, it was so strong and it was so different when it came out. You know, for me, it was a 9. And number 2, the second John Wick, I think you're right. The storyline wasn't as strong, but it's still very solid. So I would give the second one an 8. This third one, I'm with you. I think a 7.5 on the third one. You know, kind of bordering 7 only because of the storyline. You know, the body count, I can care less. I think I would like to see more of the 1 and 2 type formula for that. But I understand, like we just said, you know, that may be the formula on box office smash.
that's probably it.
That's
T.
probably it. That's probably it. But for cats like you and I, man, we prefer to have a strong storyline.
Hey, man, just, you know, maybe help me out because I told you I don't go to the movies that often, T. And I went to the movies, you know, the other day by myself or the other night by myself. And I went to a late show and figured, fuck it, right? Did I tell you the story about how I had to stay awake?
Yeah, you just told us.
I didn't tell the whole story, T. I just said I had someone helping me, a stranger, but I had to bribe him with food.
Yeah, that's what you said.
Well, we talked about a pre-show, T.
No, you said it on this. You bought him a Coke.
Oh, did I? Anyway,
Your memory's shorter than your dick.
That's short, dude.
That's pretty fucking short.
Fuck. Dude, and it can't be that short, dude. But, hey, now you messed me up, dude.
Hey, you brought it up.
Here's my point. So I'm standing in line waiting for tickets, right?
Yeah.
And John Wick's a few weeks old. And I forget what movie's out this week or whatever it was, but a new movie was out. And some people in front of me got that ticket, and their ticket was just an example, like $15.75.
Right.
Okay? I go up, John Wick, the 1040 or whatever, 1040 showing. Okay, that'll be $12.75. Oh, I didn't get a senior discount.
You could have.
Maybe, no. No, it wasn't, because the guy in front of me got the same John Wick ticket, $12.75. He was a young cat. That's the guy who I bribed with soda.
Oh, okay.
But do they drop the prices after it's there a couple weeks?
Yeah, it depends on which is the big blockbuster going on at the time.
So the one that's like hot right now,
Yeah.
or the one that's new out, the new release is always
Yeah.
more expensive. After a week, the money drops?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's a little weak.
That's how they do it now. You know?
That's a little weak.
But-
Oh, because there's more demand to see it?
Yes. And that's all that has to do with anything, because, there's I don't know if you remember a couple of years ago, the big push because of the streaming and Netflix and everything. There was, these big production companies were trying to make movies and have them for immediate release for download and bypass movie theaters. And there was an uproar about that. And they're like, well, how much would you charge? And they were saying, $20, $30 just to be able to see it in your house. you know, a new release, something that's going to be in the theater. You know, so that's where all that tier system started coming into play.
Well, you know, I forget what carrier it was, T, but my old cable carrier, I used to have an on-demand setup, you know?
Yeah.
And they would do that on their rentals. They would show movies that were actually still in the movies.
Right.
But that shit was like $24.99.
Correct. That's what
you know what I mean?
What I was
Something
talking
like
about.
that or some shit like that.
But they only get it like after the second or third week that it's already been out.
Correct. They don't get it like in the premiere weeks.
Right.
It's like usually like third or fourth week of it. They would show it and they call it the like special early releases.
Right. And they were trying to get this thing a few years ago. The big thing was trying to get that on the release day.
Oh, right. But no, okay, think of this. And I was thinking that too back in the day, because it's just myself. I'm not going to pay $25 to watch the fucking Black Panther. I'll wait 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Right? But what if you have a family of 3 or 4 kids? You and your wife.
That makes more sense.
Right? I mean, on a Friday night, you don't get the kids, throw a blanket on the floor, some big thing of popcorn, right?
Right.
I mean, financially, right? That's a good deal.
Financially, that's a great deal.
You're in the comfort of your home. The kids could lay out.
Right, and fall asleep, and you don't have to worry about it.
And you can probably watch it a couple times because you get like 72 hours to view it.
Yeah, I think this one they did 24, though, on new releases.
Well, this one's all their stuff's 72. On that, the one that I had,
yeah,
it was 72. So, but here's the thing. You can buy it, but and you could hold it forever.
But once you view it, that's when the clock starts ticking.
Yeah, you have 72 hours. Yeah. So if you start it and say, oh, fuck, I can't watch it right now, you better watch it in 72 hours.
Yeah, no, that is a good deal. I mean, even if you had, you know, like you said, a couple kids and a family and stuff, you could have a movie night type thing. You know, you could have some friends over, whatever.
Yeah.
You could have a cool movie night.
And here's another thing, too, man. Get something like that. Do you ever see those things with the blow-up projectors in the backyard?
Oh, yeah.
Or the blow-up screens?
Yeah.
Fuck, have a fucking party, man. You know, after the party, man, we're showing the Black Panther today.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's
whatever the new release is.
Yeah, you know, a family party.
Yeah, no, that's kind of cool. That's
right?
That
Thinking
idea
about
is pretty
it, right?
cool. You know, I don't know. I like the idea, but at the same time, I think it would kill the whole entire industry of moviegoers. And quite honestly, I know you're not a big theater fan as far as going to the movies. You wait till it comes out on HBO or Showtime or something. But I enjoy going to the movie theater. I enjoy that experience.
No, I do too, T. And I actually did, the other day when I went to the movies. But here's the thing I realized, I guess, because of my age, I'm a little beat up, T. And sometimes it's hard for me. Like the seats I sat in, the seats that I sat in, they weren't real comfy and they were sort of low for me. I'm a tall dude.
Yeah,
that seems sort of low.
That's more the theater that you went to.
Right, no, exactly. But I've been to another one too, and the seats weren't that great. My point is, it's hard for me to sit down for a couple hours.
It is. Well,
you know what I mean? I got a bad hip, bad back, bad knee, bad leg. I want to move around a little.
So here's a suggestion. Yeah. All right, you don't go to the theaters that often.
Right.
You hardly ever. How many times a year would you say? Once, twice?
Yeah, if that.
If that, right?
Yeah.
Go to one of the nicer theaters. Make it a point when you're actually going to go to the movie theater. Go to the ones that have the recliners. Because you're going to spend a little bit more, but if you're only going like once or twice a year, why not spend the 10 extra bucks?
No, you're right. And I've been looking at like those iPick. Have you seen that around here?
That was my point.
You know what I mean?
The iPicks are really nice.
They don't have a good selection.
What do you mean?
Yeah, they're movies. They only play 2 or 3 movies in their theaters, because they're not big.
No, they're small.
But their selection just sucks. I keep looking at it like wanting good movies there. Like I'll be honest, I don't think I'm gonna show John Wick. They show shitty romantic shit.
Yeah, it's kind of date night type of place, I guess.
That's what it seems like, right?
Yeah, because you're gonna get...
I want to see John Wick laying down on a fucking couch, dog. I'll be chilling.
You'd be snoring.
Fuck yeah. Well, during the fucking desert scene.
Right.
But yeah. Hey man, we gotta stop, dude. We're way over time. Dr. X is flipping me off over there.
Yeah, so what?
Dude, we're gonna have to chop this thing up, man.
We are, but that's okay.
All right, man. So let's go ahead and close that up, T. So again, good movie, John Wick 3. We both made it through the movie.
Still enjoyed it.
I mean, one of these days we'll go to the movie by ourselves and we can actually do some interviews when we come out or something.
That'll be fun.
Talk to some people.
Well, you and Dr. X already did that once.
Yeah.
Fuck me over.
Well, we didn't come out of the movie. We didn't see the movie.
No, but you were just standing out.
No, but I'm thinking, this is what I envisioned when we were going to go is like we would go in there, we would have our discussion, a quick discussion on the mic real quick, like a little thing, and then talk to a couple people about it.
Yeah.
Just coming out of the movie with our opinions too.
Yeah.
But maybe sometime, T.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll do it.
All right, man. That about wraps us up, man.
Nice.
All right. What do we got next?
That's the close.
Oh, shit, man. That's it, man.
That's
Pretty
it.
good show. Hey, Dr. X, good show today, man. Appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, big shout out, X.
So, again, that's going to close us up, guys. And, again, thanks for sticking around. Remember, visit our website, thedoubleshow.com.
Don't forget our Patreon at patreon.com/The Double I Show.
And remember, when you hear this, just go ahead and sign up on Patreon as a patron and try to get some of that free merch, man.
That's all you have to do.
You know what I mean? Fuck, $1 a month for 12 months?
That's pretty easy.
Fuck out of here, man.
Right?
As I'm just saying. So, everybody, we appreciate you for listening. We appreciate you for following. We appreciate everything. Dr. X, good job.
Great job, Dr. X.
Sweet T, good job today, man. Hey,
You too.
just want to say thanks again for everybody sticking around. For Incoherent Idiocy, I am RW King.
And I'm Sweet T.
We are
Out.
Your time is up, my time is now. You can't see me, my time is now. It's the franchise where I'm shining now. You can't see me, my time is now. In case you forgot or fell off, I'm still hot, knock your shell off. My money stacked fat, plus I can't turn the swell off. The franchise doing big business, I live this, it's automatic. I win this, so you hear those horns, you finish. A soldier, and I stay under you fighting. Plus I'm storming on you chumps like I'm thunder and lightning. Ain't no way you breaking me, kid. I'm harder than nails. Plus I keep it on lock like I'm part of the jail. I'm slaughtering stale competition. I got the whole block.